Tennessee and in northern Alabama. We head on over to Class 2A. Mike, we talked about the playoffs for Florence County. They're already in. This is kind of a playoff game for them tonight, Lincoln County, but this is really a playoff game between Summertown and Decatur Riverside over at the new home of the Eagles.
Yeah, it is going to be a big one. Riverside had a rough start to the year, but right now they're 2-2 in region. So is Summertown. So like you said, AJ, this is an impromptu playoff game. Yeah. Summertown wins it, they're in. If they lose, it's going to be a tough game the next we've at Adamsville.
Yeah, and we've Adamsville's pretty calmly in that number 3 spot right now. The battle for number one's tonight. We'll get to that later here in a few minutes between Lewis County and Mount Pleasant. So this really is the battle for number 4. And as like Clint Brazier said it last night, you have to go to number 4 and you got to go to East Nashville. But hey, you still get in.
Yeah, that's a playoff spot.
That's a playoff spot. There's a lot of teams that wish they could be in your position right now.
And Summertown might be able to get lucky enough and try to find that number 3 spot. It still would have you traveling, but right now Adamsville, Riverside, and Summertown all at 2-2 in the region.
Yeah, it's a big one here tonight. Let's see what head coach Dan Winfrey had to say going into week number 10. Coach, I know Friday didn't end up the way you guys wanted it. What kind of positives you take from that game?
Well, we did a lot of good things. I give Richland credit. It's a good football team. And we were backed up all night. We started every drive on the 20 or inside the 20 except for one out of, I think it was 9 drives. But we did some good things. We had a 91-yard touchdown drive, 15 plays, I think it was. We had some good drives throughout the game and just didn't finish. 3 turnovers. We actually led them. The stats they showed me after the game was we led them in total yards, in first downs, maybe time of possession, but we also led in turnovers. We had 3 turnovers. You can't do that when a football game against a good team.
You mentioned it last week when we talked. Turnovers have been an issue, and again, they reared its ugly head once more.
Yeah, and when you've got the ball, what you think you got a good drive going, and it just steals you momentum, and then you got to turn around and play defense, and I don't know. It's a big deal in any game. I mean, look at NFL, college, high school for sure, but any game, turnovers are a big deal. Momentum killer.
You got another big region game coming up here once again on Friday night.
We do. It's really a playoff game. I think the way the thing's set up. There's 2 teams in, there's 2 teams out, and there's 3 of us fighting for 2 spots. So. Playoff game, last home game, should be a lot of excitement. I think this is when you're playing, late in the season, you want the games to mean something. It certainly means something.
Decatur Riverside, I mean, just never easy. Despite the record, they're going to be a formidable opponent no matter.
No question, they've got good tradition. They've had good football teams in the past. Been watching a lot of film on them this year, and they've struggled. Regardless, they've gotten better. They've won 2 out of the last 3, and they feel like I'm sure they got it going in the right direction. So, yeah, it's going to be a test, no doubt.
What's it going to take to get a win here on Friday night?
Well, we keep saying it's the same things. Control the ball, limit the turnovers, hopefully to 0, create some turnovers, and play good defense. If we can, that recipe's been pretty good, so we just need to keep doing that.
All right, Mike, keys to victory for the Eagles tonight and a big one.
Yeah, I think it's just going to be controlling the tempo, and that's what they've been really good at all year. Riverside has been one of those teams that likes to play a spread offense, so they're going to try to throw the ball a lot. And Summertown secondary, it really impressed me a couple weeks ago against Loretto. I think they'll do just as well tonight against Riverside and hopefully secure them a playoff spot.
Staying within the region, it's a big one tonight over at Mount Pleasant.
Yes.
Lewis County and Mount Pleasant, the battle for the top spot. They've pretty much secured 1 and 2, so they're going to get a home game, but you get a better home game if you win this game tonight. And obviously bragging rights are not far away from each other. Not really rivals, but they've been in the same region. They've been in the same district in other sports. So this is a big one between the 2 tonight.
Yeah, I would say I was up there at Mount Pleasant yesterday. Got to talk to Coach Hartsfield and some of his players. They're amped up, and it's not hard to tell why. Obviously, I mean, you said it. It's 1 versus 2 in the region. This is for probably the number 1 spot, the region champs, and this would be hosting, maybe 2 weeks in the playoffs. Yeah. That could be really big.
Could be more.
Yeah, could be more depending on how things line up. But yeah, this game is for a lot right here.
And you got one team. Lewis County can still throw it around some, but they're more of a power football team this year. Mount Pleasant can do it all.
Yes.
They've relied on a really good defense, and they have got skill players out the wazoo
Yeah.
that are really good, really tough, really fast. I mean, they've got the full package over there.
Yeah, and where the in-county teams, Loretto and Summertown, struggled with Lewis County, it was speed, and I think that's something on the outside that Mount Pleasant excels in. So it's going to come down to Lewis County and how well they can run the ball inside.
All right, Mike, you spoke with head coach Kid Hartsfield and Carson Howe yesterday with the Tigers. Let's hear what they have to say about clinching a region title tonight.
All right, Coach, you got a big win last week against East Hickman, a team that got you the year before. How do you build onto that into this week?
Yeah, it was a tough game. It always is. We play them every year, and it's always a slugfest. So we're just happy to come out on top in a non-region game, our last home game on senior night. Now we're moving on to this week to the biggest game of the year, region game, obviously with a lot on the line and a good opponent, at Lewis County. So we're just preparing for that.
Now, how do you prepare for a team like Lewis County? They're very physical. We're going to be run heavy. Compare that to your play style.
Yeah, they're always a tough team. Coach Azar does a great job, getting his guys ready. It's always a great atmosphere over there at Lewis County. Their kids play hard. They play tough and they get after it. Schematically, they're probably a lot like us. They keep it balanced and spread the ball around to a lot of good players. But at the end of the day, they got a stud tailback. They give the ball to and Drew Ray, and he's a great linebacker, and Cade Curl, and they got a lot of guys stepping up. So they present a big challenge and a lot of guys to defend.
How do you get your guys ready but not too ready for this game? Because obviously number 1 versus number 2 in the region, it's going to have a lot of emotion. How do you get them ready without too ready, so to speak?
Yeah, it's there's a fine line there. You definitely would rather be a little more ready than not. Bringing that energy and juice. But I think after the first few plays, it kind of settles down, and people just have to line up and do their job. And focus on what they're supposed to do and their preparation that got them to that point. So it's important. But once the ball is kicked, all that matters is what's going on between the lines, and that's it.
All right, Coach, what do you think it's going to take to get a win Friday night?
Man, it's a huge game. Turnovers are always just a quick backbreaker for anybody. So you got to protect the ball and try to take it away. The line of scrimmage would be interesting. I think both sides are pretty balanced on offense, but you still have to win the line of scrimmage and protect the quarterback, for both teams. So, both defenses are scrappy. So, it's, very similar teams. We almost look like the same team to me on both sides of the ball. So, it's going to be a tough challenge.
All right, both teams 1 loss on the season right now, both outside of district, though. How important does that make this game on Friday?
This game is the biggest game we will have all this season. This decides the region. This decides who gets to host 2 games at least in the playoffs and who only gets to host 1, and this just decides the fate for the playoffs for both teams.
How do you try to get yourself ready for this game, but not too overamped where you're going out there and running all your energy in the first quarter?
You're just trying to make sure, or I know we are just trying to make sure that we're mentally prepared and just make sure we have all the techniques and just make sure we have everything correct.
All right, what do you think it's going to take to get a win on Friday night?
It's going to take a lot of grit and toughness, and we're just going to have to play our best and mistake-free football.
All right.
All right, Mike, keys to the game here for Mount Pleasant, Lewis County tonight.
Yeah, I think for Mount Pleasant, talking to them yesterday, I think it's about, playing with some emotion but not playing with too much where you're gassed at the end of the first quarter. Yeah. I think it's going to be weathering that storm early and just try to stop the run. Lewis County is a dominant run team. Mount Pleasant, a tad of a different play style. They like to get up and down the field a lot quicker. I think this favors Mount Pleasant.
I'm really excited about this game tonight. This is I might be having my fun in that game tonight. Well, let's go staying in the same region, but they're stepping out of region. Loretto hitting the road to take on Bolivar Central, Class 3A team, but this isn't a insurmountable task or a giant mountain to climb here tonight, Mike.
Yeah, no, this is a team that's in Bolivar that's lost 4 straight. Loretto's lost 3 straight, so somebody's going to get back on track tonight. And you kind of feel for the Mustangs. Their last 3 road games, when they went to Riverside, it was homecoming. Big crowd, a lot of hyped up.
Yeah.
Go to Adamsville last week, senior night. You go to Bolivar this week, senior night again. So, they're catching teams on probably the worst night to find them on a senior night or a homecoming. And it's a long trip out there. But, I think the Mustangs have shown some things last week at Adamsville, especially defensively, shown some things that can help them this week. And, a chance to pick up a win against Bolivar.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the defense is getting better and better, even though the scores don't always show it. But the big thing, and you'll hear Coach Glass say it here in a second, consistency on offense has been a big problem for this team this year.
Yeah, the one thing I've been preaching is getting a long drive going. It feels like most of their drives are 3 plays, 5 plays, 6 plays. They had some in the second half last week against Adamsville. They started the second half, 10 plays, went 39 yards, turnover on downs, but that was a 10-play drive. Right. The next drive, 11 plays, 34 yards, turned it over on downs. But they're getting these longer drives. They had a rough luck with penalties last week. I think if they can find a week where they can play clean, maybe tonight they could shock some people.
Let's hear what head coach Bryce Glass and running back Andrew Riley have to say going into tonight's game. Well, Bryce, I know last Friday didn't go how you guys wanted it to, but definitely saw a lot of positives against a good football team there.
Yeah, I mean, our guys fought the whole time. Got a lot of young guys in, got some good work in. With Devin Brooks, center being out, we're starting a whole new offensive line. So just keep working and keep grinding.
Got to be proud of what you see. Adamsville is a really good team, and you guys were really into it all the way to the end.
Yeah, I mean, we held them to one score at in the second half.
Going the distance with local sports. This is the X Sports Network. Going the distance.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Summertown High School here on this cool Friday night. It's senior night here at Summertown High School. This will be the last home game of the 2025 campaign. And, Adam, there's a whole lot riding on this. If you win this one, you're in the playoffs. If you lose this one, your playoff hopes are done. This is Clint Brazier along with Adam Lindsay and Will Pettis getting ready for Decatur County Riverside coming in. Summertown going to host Riverside here on this senior night. And, Adam, whole lot of variables in this one.
Yeah, I'm curious to see, injuries, how much they've hurt us all year. And I know, of course, Jake Pettis down now, who's been a big contributor not only to the defense, but, he had a couple big catches, I think, last week.
Yes.
So you're losing another solid piece off this team. So I'm curious to see how they come out tonight.
Riverside coming in here, lost their very uncharacteristic of a Decatur County Riverside team, lost their first 5 games of the season, then had a 3-point win against Loretta, lost 49-0 to Huntington, who's always a playoff favorite, and then got a big win last week, 39-0 against Scotts Hill. Summertown coming in here tonight at an even record, 4-4. Losing last week 30-10. Me and you were on that call at Richland. Adam, the offense just couldn't get anything going, and they couldn't get Richland off the field. As you had said, Adam, we've got just a ton more injuries. Are we thinking that Kanan Cleanheart's playing tonight? No, he is not. So there's another one. There's Will showing the screen. Those are all starters right there that are out for the season, I guess. Kanan maybe not. He can play next week, but he's definitely not going to play tonight. So throw another one on there with Jake. That's your starting running back and starting linebacker. So, Adam, You're coming in here and you're getting a Riverside team that's down, but you're having to do it about half staff.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, especially now with Klinghardt. You're losing a guy that you've been able to lean on all year, who's had some big runs, especially in short yardage situation. A big body kid, athletic, who could get those inside yards. But hey, look, next man up, Clint. Somebody's going to have to step up tonight. You've got a lot on the line. It's not like you don't have anything to play for. You've got a chance to head to the playoffs tonight with a win. So
we know Will's Mr. Pessimistic and stuff.
Of course.
But I've also heard other people saying, well, great, if Summertown happens to win this one and maybe loses next week or whatever, they're 3 seed at best, 4 seed probably going to East Nashville. At the end of the day, you look at all these injuries and what this team's lost at the start of the year with players transferring and all this. If you can make the playoffs, that's a hell of a year.
Well, and also, too, from what they had transferred,
right.
and if somebody told you right now before the season, at this point in the game, you're going to be missing those 5 or 6 kids we just pictured, but you have a chance at the playoffs, they would all tell you you're a liar.
No, I would have bet the house.
Yeah.
Kickoff's away. I don't know who won the coin toss, but Summertown's going to receive it. Powell's got it. That's the first time we're going to get to see Powell return one at him. I don't think he did it but once last week.
I like the result.
But he gets across the 35, so a good starting position for Summertown. Summertown in their all blue, their home blue with their white concussion protocol helmets. Riverside with their gold helmets and all white tops and bottoms. Before we get this going, I want to give a big shout-out to Mr. Andrew Tupper, Grady Rigsby, Devin Davis, Bradley Hoffman, Kanan Klinghardt, Aiden Hill, Lucas Benefield, Isaiah Brannon, and Blaine Moore. Those are our seniors tonight, playing their last football game of their careers here at Summertown High School, Adam. So hopefully they're all going to have a good senior night, or at least the ones playing. Tackle for a loss. I think Dillard tried to keep it. I think he tried to make something after it. It looked like Riverside was thinking they recovered a fumble, but going to be a no game, maybe even a loss of one, Adam.
Yeah. If they watched film last week, they're going to see that Richland really packed the box, especially with Summertown kind of down offensively, and Richland had a lot of success last week doing that, and that seems to be what Riverside's kind of coming out with.
Got Powell going in motion, going to pitch it to Powell. Trying to find an edge. Gets a block by Pugh. Gets another block. Powell's cutting up the sideline. Gets knocked out of bounds inside the 30. Big second down run there. Also give a big shout-out, number 17, Grady Rigsby, another senior that we recognize. If he doesn't pick up that block, I don't know that Powell gets the first down, Adam.
Yeah, I agree. That's a nice job right there. After getting stuffed up the middle, man, they just got around the corner, and a nice job of blocking there out on the edges.
Last week, Adam, when everything was just so stale, it was amazing how Powell and even Pugh could still get around that edge. So you look for Summertown to attack that, and they already have early. Got Schaefer, lone back, Powell in slot position. One receiver to the left, one receiver to the right. Dillard under center. Gets a snap. Option, out to Powell. Going to him again on the outside. Gets it, cuts it back inside, across the 20 and goes down. Another big run there by Powell. Back-to-back first down runs by Powell. And Summertown's in the red zone.
And Clint, too, I know we're only 3 plays into this game, but the job that your receivers are doing blocking up the field is huge right now for Summertown. 2 excellent jobs right there, just getting out and putting the body on somebody on the edges.
Nice to see assignment football, even with half your kids that are usually in the starting rotation sitting over here banged up. Pugh in the slot to the left. I wouldn't be shocked if we don't see him going that right edge this time, Adam. Schaefer, lone running back. Pugh going to go in motion. We're going to hand it to Eli. Schaefer going to power forward, get across the 15 down to around the 13. Good first down run.
Well, and that's a product, Clint, of those 2 successful runs on the edge, getting out on the edge right there and kind of opening up that middle. Schaefer had a good little running lane right there.
Make it 2nd down and 5. Also, we'll give you some updates from around the area. Lawrence County hosting Lincoln County. It's a big win for Lawrence County if they can pull that out. Still in contention to possibly be a 2 seed. Also, behind us on our monitor, we're going to be keeping up with Lewis County and Mount Pleasant. That's for first place in our region, so that should be a good one. Not much there that time for Schaefer. May get across the line of scrimmage Very short game, whatever it is.
Yeah, it looks like our guy on the chains moved maybe half a yard, so not a ton there, Clint. I won't tell you, Clint, that game with Mount Pleasant and Lewis, that should be a barn burner.
I think it's going to be whoever wins that game is going to be able to play their style of football.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it's two totally different styles.
It is. I was just really – Mount Pleasant's a great team. I was just super impressed by Lewis County when we were there, especially that running back they've got, man. He's the real deal.
Going to say no gain on that one to make it 3rd and 5. Dillard under center. Pugh goes in motion. Now we're going to hand it off to Powell on the end around, and it's eat up.
Yep.
Nothing there. It's going to give him back to the line of scrimmage. So to make it 4th and 5, we'll see if we want to let Hoffman try it from here or if Summertown feels like they're in good field position to go for a 4th and 5.
Hoffman's still on the sideline here, Clint. See what they're going to do, and there goes Dillard back out.
So we'll see if Summertown wants to try to get to Decatur County Riverside to jump, or if Summertown's going all out here. Dillard under center. Nope, we're going. Dillard going to keep it, and he gets tripped up, and we're going to turn it over on downs there. Credit Riverside after those 3 big plays. They pinned their ears back, and Summertown got no gains. So Summertown's going to turn it over on downs, give it to Decatur County Riverside. I'm okay with going for it there, Adam. But you do have a kicker. 3 points is still 3 points.
Well, and, Summertown effectively has been let's just be honest, if they run 100 plays over the course of the year, 92 to 95 of those are running plays.
Yep.
That's where we've been. I just feel like these defenses, man, they're pinning everything back. And they're just flooding the box.
Yeah, we're 9 games in now, Adam. I think everybody's done their math on us.
I agree. But, hey, you've got them pinned back now.
Now Riverside to do something with it. Going to hand it off, coming around left tackle. You can see the number there. Let me see when he gets up.
I believe that was Schaefer in on it.
Yeah, Schaefer there with the tackle.
At times I feel like Schaefer's in on about everything.
Oh, yeah.
He just pops up all over the place. Talented, athletic kid, man.
Number 15, Morel Perez, sophomore running back. Summertown's going to jump off sides there. Let's see, I believe, if I'm reading the number right, that's number 6. Jacob Duck, a freshman quarterback for Decatur County Riverside.
They're actually going to get Riverside on that, Clint.
Well, you know what? Their whole offensive line stood up.
Yeah.
Coach for Riverside's wanting an explanation from, I don't know if he liked what he got, but either way, you'll take it if you're Summertown.
Sure.
Back Riverside up 5 yards, make it 2nd down and 14. Duck out the shotgun. He's got a receiver to the left, receiver to his right. 2 tight end set. And hand it off to Perez again. He's found some running room, gets tripped up, or he could have busted a big one there. Shoestring tackle there. I think Powell get the credit on that one.
Clint, if he doesn't go down there, he might have been gone.
Yeah, that kid's got some wheels.
Yeah.
So that'll make it 3rd and doable for Riverside. Third and 3 here for Riverside. Perez stands to the left of the quarterback, freshman. Jacob Duck fakes it. Now he's going to throw. Play action's complete. Going to the across far sideline. Going to be across the first down. That pass was complete to number 11, Jack Couples.
Nothing fancy there, Clint. Just basically head right straight down the field, turn around, and get your yardage. That's what you got to do. Just basically a comeback pattern.
Boys, let me just say this. This is the first time we've had the heat on in this place. It works.
Oh, it's nice.
I'm really glad I wore shorts tonight. I'm in a sauna right now. Duck in the shotgun. Going to hand it off Perez again. Kind of stutters at the line. Now plows forward. Sometimes going to meet him up, but not before Duck can get about 4 out of it. Or excuse me, Perez can get 4 out of it.
It's going to be bad considering it's almost a month of November, and at halftime I'm going to have to go to the concession stand to get ice cubes
Right.
to come back here.
Yeah, you don't get any slushies in there? All right, Duck out of the shotgun with Perez right beside him to his left. Going to hand it to Perez. Perez is going to plow forward. Close to the first down. I don't think he's going to get it. It's going to make it third and very short. I'd say expect more of the same here, Adam.
Well, and the one thing that's helping, after that 5-yard penalty, man, they're moving north and south now. They're not doing anything crazy, but they got a talented back, and that line's doing a pretty good job. Just they're able to do right now what Summertown wasn't able to do. They're making every third and fourth down manageable.
Duck in the shotgun. Going to keep that one. Going to push forward, going to get the first down. Shoestring tackle there. Good job there. Let's see. I think that's Dillard, our quarterback out there on that one. Hey, when you lose so many key players, your quarterback's got to go out there and play linebacker.
These two teams, Clint, just from the initial view I've got of both of them, especially Riverside, these are very similar type teams the way they're doing things. The last 3 plays Riverside's ran, they snapped the ball with 8 seconds or less on the play clock. So,
yeah, they're trying to slow this contest down. Mm-hmm. Little they know that's all we want to do too.
Yep.
Duck throwing on the screen out.
He got popped.
Gets racked, but he stays on his feet. Pugh tried to lay him out, but he's going to stay on his feet. Going to get a positive gain out of that. That looked blown up, but hey, credit that young man, number 1, Charles Evans, sophomore wide receiver.
Well, and everybody wants a big hit, and a great effort, but you got to wrap up at certain points, and he did get positive yardage after that initial contact. He got at least 2 yards. So. And that ball, Clint, was in the air a long time.
Yeah, that was one of those. I just looked to see if we might have one that could take that one and pick 6. Ducks, quick slant across the middle. It's wide open. Met by a whole host of defenders, but not before Jack Couples gets across midfield down to around the 44-yard line of Summertown. So, tell you what, Riverside doing a good job mixing it up, pass and run.
That play call right there was great, Clint. They basically do the same play, the wide receiver screen, and look it to the opposite side, drawing Summertown over and then hit that slant. Man, that's a well-designed play call in that situation.
I tell you, Adam, I'm looking down here, and every player that I've called looks like a freshman, sophomore, and a handful of juniors in here. So maybe a Riverside team that's just reloading. I think we're going to get a false start on Couples who just had that first down. I think he jumped on that left side.
Also number 79 right there jumped as well, Clint. So
I mean, other than 2 costly penalties here that really hasn't affected them yet, that's the only blemish Riverside has so far in this contest.
Well, the way these two teams are playing,
I'm pretty sure, Adam, that Lewis County just fumbled on the 1-yard line and gave the ball to Mount Pleasant. No, I think they're going to say it was the runner was down. So it looks like Lewis County is going to score on Mount Pleasant here. And while I was turned around looking at that, Summertown's going to get a tackle for loss there on that play.
Clint, with the type of offenses these two teams run, we might be home fairly early tonight. I mean, we're inside of
the end of the first quarter.
3 minutes already.
Yeah, the good thing about Riverside is they've thrown 3 passes, but they've completed all of them.
They have.
All right, Jacob Duck in the shotgun. Got some ground to make up. It's 2nd and 13. Low snap. He picks it up. Looking to sling it. Got a one-on-one on the out route to Cop. Oh, my gosh. Hoffman jumps up and tips it. And then unlucky for Summertown, it goes right into the hands of Couples. Size mismatch there, but you thought Hoffman had a great tip on it, and it goes right to Couples. So long pass completion is going to make it first down and goal. Ball will be around the 8 Bad luck, Adam.
Well, and your quarterback did what he had to do there. The low snap, pretty much you knew you had the size advantage there. I'm sure he knows the athleticism of that young man he's got on the edge. Hey, throw it up. But, yeah, that's not a bad play for Riverside. They did what he had to do, and that's an athletic kid out there on the edge to make that play.
Looks like Lawrence County going to strike first against Lincoln County. They lead at 7-0. Going on the end around. Summertown did a good job snuffing that one out. Going to be a loss of about 2 as they try to go to Cody Brasher, senior wide receiver. And that's going to be snuffed out. Loss of 3. That's what you needed for Summertown, make them go backwards.
Well, but like you said, too, Clint, Riverside's thrown 4 passes. They completed every one of them. I think missing Pettis this week, especially the job he's done, in that secondary. If you're Riverside, you got to attack. And that I think they see some mismatches on the edges. I'll say that.
Duck going to hand it off, pushing forward. Joby Lopez. He's going to get the penalty yard or the loss back. Going to get back down to around the 7. So to make it 3rd and goal, ball on the 7.
If you're Riverside, Clint, you wonder, you don't know about their kicking situation, but, are they content? Are they thinking 4 down territory and 2? They've got 2 shots here.
I don't know. I don't know what kind of kicking game they have. And at the season they've had, Adam,
Yeah.
They've still got a playoff spot, so I don't know. Out route, thrown to the end zone. Summertown may have got away with some pass interference there. Referee's just going to whistle it an incomplete pass.
Yeah, there was
looks like a whole new unit coming on, so it looks like
maybe
Riverside is going to try to get 3 out of it.
Yeah. Nice job there by our DB.
I think that was Hoffman. Hoffman, who almost does get the stop there and will force Riverside to go for a field goal. So this would feel like a win, Adam, even if they converts on this.
Yep. It's pretty much just about an extra point attempt, Clint, from where they're at.
Levi Morgan, senior kicker. Now, Adam, remember Summertown? Oh,
my goodness.
Well, Summertown's going to make it. Now we'll see what Riverside wants to do because now it'll be 4th and 3.
Well, the frustrating part of that is every Riverside lineman is standing up. I mean, you know what's fixing to happen. You know they're eventually going to go down.
No, they're going to say that's on Riverside. Same kind of thing that we thought earlier. And is Riverside just doing something illegal there by starting down and then standing
it's a good
up?
Question, Clint. I don't know. I'm not sure.
But what I was going to say before I thought we'd got a penalty at him is Summertown did block 2 kicks last week.
They did.
Now we got another flag.
Riverside coach.
False start.
Unsure.
Now Riverside's going to take a timeout. We'll take it with them here on the Exports Network.
A moment in real estate with my dad, Jeff Hood.
I get asked a lot about what the market's going to do. How's the real estate market? I've been selling real estate for a long time. And nobody has a crystal ball. And you know what? When it's your time to buy or your time to sell, it really doesn't matter what the market's doing. It's your time, and you have to do something maybe. What makes a difference is the agents and the experience that go to work for you. We're Keller Williams Hood Company, located here in Lawrenceburg, Tennessee. We can help.
Hood Company, powered by Keller Williams, the #1 name in real estate.
Make your property rock and roll with services from G&S Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edge.
All right. Riverside, 2 penalties in a row, has backed this thing up. Made it a little bit interesting, Adam. You were looking at just an extra point, and now you're looking at about a 30-yarder.
Yeah, hopefully the Riverside coach, I'm sure he had a conversation with the officials during that timeout to make sure that this penalty doesn't happen again.
Snap's good, holds good. But the kick's going to miss wide to left. Summertown dodges a bullet there. Riverside will turn it over on downs after the missed field goal. Give it back to Summertown. So both teams had a good drive going on their first possession, but couldn't get any points out of it. Summertown will try number 2 here.
I'm trying to see here. Well, I was hoping to see that. Okay.
Jesus,
yeah, I was curious. I know Summertown had pressure there on the kick. I was just curious if maybe a fingertip might have got on it, or maybe it was just enough distraction to cause the kick to go left.
We're going to have to cut Will's pay if he can't get us any better job on replays than this. Will, all I know is you better show that darn band tonight, because I ain't taking the ridicule we took last time. This guy's darn band parents better leave me alone. Pew! The end around, great tackle there. Looked like Pew was going to try to break that off. And then you've got Colt Stewart, number 33, another freshman, Adam.
Yeah.
Coming in making that tackle. And that'll take us to the end of the first. We're tied at goose eggs here on the X Sports Network.
Looking to buy or sell in Lawrence County, Tennessee? At Corbin & Company Realty, we know this place because we live here too. We are locally owned and deeply rooted. We treat you like a neighbor because you are one. Whether you're looking to secure your first home or forever home, trust the team that does local best. Check out our listings like this serene property with a stunning updated interior. This is just one of the many hidden gems we discover for you. Call Corbin & Company Realty today at 931-964-2222.
Welcome to my newest listing.
Let's go! Let me show you 4 keys to the game to get this win. Number 1 is this beautiful kitchen. The second key to the game is this primary suite with its own sunroom with a double vanity and large bathroom. Number 3, this large carport as well as.
All right, we've swapped fields. It'll be Summertown starting their second drive. Now we've got a whistle. Don't know what
the clock has not been reset on the
gotcha.
scoreboard. Still showing zeros. There we go.
Good catch there. Adam, have you talked yourself into making that trip with me next Thursday?
I don't know.
You think you probably won't be able to get off work in time
well,
to head to Savannah?
That is the 2 issues, is getting off work in time and then what time we may be back and have to get back up in the morning.
Right. Powell in motion. Going to pitch it out to Powell. Trying to go left edge. Great tackle there. As you don't get Powell in the backfield much. Number 23, Kamen Haggard, senior, wide receiver and defensive back.
Summertown's in a tough spot now, Clint. They're facing a 3rd and about 13.
No, that was just – yeah, they are. I totally missed a play.
Well, and I think the yardage loss on that play right there was significantly more than what you would think.
Right.
He was deep in the backfield when they tracked him down.
Let's see if Summertown won't stare it out. On a quick slant across. It gets batted down the line of scrimmage, and if it could have had a little air on it, and got up, Powell's wide open. But another tough break. Summertown's going to have to punt it away. Well, we talked about how fast that first quarter ran. That one only took 40 seconds off the clock, Adam.
Yeah, and that's that streak play from your tight end. The release that Summertown's used a lot this year.
He got to do like Tebow. We got to get a jump pass in it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully Hoffman can put a boot in this one because Riverside's looking at getting really good field position here. The return guy set up right at the 50.
Oh, Hoffman does a great job basically not just taking a sack there and losing the football. Then he gets a good rolls. It's going to roll down close to midfield. Did I just see what I thought I saw?
I think you did.
did
Number
Peyton
2.
Powell?
Peyton Powell attempted to grab a Riverside player and physically push him
ball.
into the ball on the the Riverside, the young Riverside man is sitting here looking like, what in the world are you doing?
He had a look on his face like, are you kidding me? But again, folks, if you couldn't catch that, Bradley Hoffman was swallowed up and pulls a great crossover and splits 2 defenders and somehow punts that thing away. So that went from disaster to –
Well, and I'm wondering too, Clint, if we did have a replay of it and went back and looked, that ball might have – even when he did I think it still got deflected. Still partially blocked somehow, but a great job.
Great starting position for Riverside. Going to plow forward.
Maybe
that's Morel Perez, sophomore running back and linebacker. Going to get about 2 out of it here on first down.
This Riverside team, like you're saying, Clint, very young. You naming off all their freshmen, and they're athletic too. This quarterback looked really solid.
Duck in the shotgun. Fakes handoff to Perez. Now quick slant across the middle. He's got his man again. Makes a couple of defenders miss on Summertown. He'll go down at around the 35. That's Jack Couples. He's had a couple of big catches tonight. And there's another one.
Well, that slant, Clint, the 2 times they've ran it, it's been open both times. And he's put it to where only his receiver can get to it. Like I mentioned a few minutes ago, this quarterback, man, he has a ton of potential and a solid arm. And they're doing a good job with mixing their plays up, too.
Yeah, you said it. It all starts. They're giving him protection.
Yeah.
He's having time to find his target that he likes. And that's Couples. Good-looking receiver. So on the right wing, he's got one-on-one with Hoffman. Going to hand it off to Perez. We got a flag coming down here on this left side. We'll see if that's on an encroachment.
It could be a legal procedure with number of men on the line. It was dropped immediately at the snap. False start on
Well, I tell you what.
Riverside.
I think the main reason this score is 0-0 is because Riverside and penalties.
Yeah. Lewis County has gotten the football back inside Mount Pleasant's 25.
Still no score.
Yep.
Yeah, that's for first place in the region. Looks like Lawrence County's got the ball, and they're driving again. They lead it 7-0 over Lincoln County. And I'm not sure about Loretta. I'll say this: I don't know if you guys heard me on. I don't know if you guys heard me on Exports Live last night, but I know why Coach Barry Daniel quit. They went to Adamsville last week and had to go to Bolivar this week.
Yeah.
Hand it off to Perez. He's going to get the penalty back. Get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Riverside, man, they're really slowing this thing down to a crawl. Which, honestly, Clint, it makes every possession that much more important because both teams are going to have minimal possessions this game from the way it looks.
Had plenty of time to work. Still got 10 on the play clock. Doug's going to have it. Going to keep it. Good job, Max Dillard, quarterback, and now our linebacker. He's going to snuff that out. If anybody knows how to read the read, it should be Max Dillard.
Dillard says, I do this all the time.
Yeah.
That was a great play. That was a great play. 100%. He even had me fooled, Clint, because I actually thought the back had the football. So Lewis County.
So Lewis County's going to go up on Mount Pleasant. All right. Get 3rd and 16. Back to throw. Looking. Now getting flushed out. Going to heave one up. Got a one-on-one. Let's see. That's going to be a completed pass. But we do have some laundry
I believe
back
you
here.
are going to have an offensive pass interference on Riverside. I believe you have a push in the back. That ball was basically thrown up in the air, and I believe that's going to be offensive pass interference.
And you got a flag at the catch, and you got a flag back here in the backfield, Adam.
Yeah, and depending on what that could be, if they were against both teams, they would offset and replay down. But
it looks like Riverside knows it's on them. They're backing up.
Well, and it happened right in front of their coaching staff too, right there on the sideline.
I think Mr. Curly Marks just reprimanded a coach to get back on the sideline.
Pass interference.
All right, so as you said, Adam, Summertown's going to decline the holding penalty, going to accept the pass interference penalty. That'll back it up 15 more yards, make it 3rd down and 31.
Well, this is definitely your opportunity to get off the field right here and try to get this football back to maybe try to get some points on the board right before the half if you're Summertown. 3rd and, well, it says 20, but it's a lot longer than that.
Yeah. Duck. Back to throw. Got another flag. Got a one-on-one situation. Powell going up, trying to tip it away, and he does. Going to be an incomplete pass. But we got another set of laundry on the field. They're going to pick that flag up. All right, so good stand there by Summertown with the help of some costly penalties by Riverside. It's going to force Riverside to punt it away.
Well, and that was really the first bad read that Riverside had, throwing the ball. Summertown with the safety deep right there, and they had a ton of help back there this time. So hopefully Summertown can do something, hopefully make some yardage off this return with a punt.
Brasher back to punt things away for Decatur County Riverside. Boom it away. It's a good one. Powell's under it. Powell's got it. Picks up one block and picks up another. Coming around the right edge. Cuts it back up the middle. Gets across the 35. Do have some flags down, usually if that's on a return team. So we'll see if Summertown keeps that yardage or backs it up. I'll be honest with you, I think we got away with one down here too.
Yeah.
On a block and a back or a hold. Waiting on the call from Mr. Official. And we will back it up. Summertown will start at around the 24-yard line. Summertown goes 3 and out on their last series after marching down the field on their first series. Adam, we got to mix some things up here.
Well, we know Dillard has the potential to throw the ball well. I'm not saying that's something you want to hinge on and rely on right now, but maybe mix in a few things and kind of see if you can maybe bust something. But Summertown in a good spot here. Maybe they can get a score here before the half.
You have 2 receivers to your right. Going to hand it off. That's plowing forward is Schaefer. Getting some help from his teammates, pulling him forward. Keep doing the tush push at him.
Yeah, that's a great effort by that young man.
Big shout out, Grady Rigsby.
Now we have a flag thrown after the play. That will probably be an unsportsmanlike, but I believe that it will be on Riverside, but I'm not sure.
Referee's huddling up talking about it, but either way, it's a heck of a run. And Adam, I don't know if you saw, I know Grady Rigsby was one of them. I'm pretty sure, Pugh was in on that as well.
Yeah.
Basically just shoving him forward. We don't talk about that, Will. Be quiet. We don't talk about that. The referee's coming over here explaining it to Summertown's coaching staff. So we got offset penalties. What was the call against both, Adam?
Both unsportsmanlike. So somebody probably did or said something, and somebody retaliated
back.
inappropriately and just nailed them both clean.
Right.
Probably. I don't know.
So the good thing is first down remains. Summertown around the 50-yard line.
You got to love the effort, not only by Schaefer, but also that line, man. That was a nice run right up the middle, tough run. That's really hopefully that's something Summertown can get. Hopefully it'll get them energized.
All right. Play clock will start now. Here comes Max Dillard. Summertown with the receiver to the right, receiver to the left. Mack's going to fake it, run the read. Plow forward. Mack's going to get about 4 out of it. Good first down, positive yardage. Let's see. It shows you walking wounded here, Adam. I think we had number 44, James Gray Jr., in there in the backfield there as Schaefer's off. And, of course, you've got Klinghardt, who's not playing.
How is Klinghart's? What's his status for the rest of the year, Will? Do we even know?
He's had a bad ankle for about 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's. I know it's been a nagging thing on for him, for sure. That ankle.
All right, 2nd down and 6. Dillard out of the shotgun. Schaefer back in there beside him. Going to fake it to Schaefer. Dillard running around left edge. Dillard gets some running room. Across the 30, across the 40, down to the 25-yard line is Max Dillard. So back-to-back runs by Max. Going to get Summertown close to the 25-yard line.
And that was a quick hitter too, man. He read that quickly and was through the line. That's how it's supposed to look. Great job.
5:25 to go here in the first half. We're still scoreless. If you're just now joining us, this is Clint, this is Adam, this is Will. Last game of the season here at Summertown. Pitch out. Pugh. Pugh's got a block. Trying to come around the edge. Going to be drug out of bounds at around the 15-yard line. A good block by Powell. If he could have gotten one more. Of course, that's Jack Couples out there. He's not only a great receiver, but he's a great defensive back as well. But it's going to be another first down for Summertown. This is where Summertown struggled on their opening drive, Adam. They got down here in this red zone and couldn't get anything going positive.
Well, and that was some of the issues last week against Richland, too. The times that we were able to kind of really get into that range, we kind of stalled.
Schaefer, lone running back, kind of a bunch formation for Summertown. Powell in motion. Going to hand it to Schaefer. Schaefer getting tripped up, tangled up. Going to get positive yards out of it, not a lot.
If you're Summertown here, Clint, points are always good, but you need 6. You really need to jump out. This Riverside team, to me, they are really kind of scary. They have a ton of talent.
We've saw enough plays that eventually they're going to break one, and they're not going to shoot themselves in the foot on penalties at least one drive.
And I can promise you, with this team full of freshmen and sophomores, they're getting better every game. You can look at you can see they're coming along quickly.
Dillard going to keep that one on the read. Not a whole lot out of that one. Maybe 2 out of it. Clock at 4:15 and ticking. I don't think Summertown's going to be in any hurry.
Curious here to see how Summertown wants to attack this. Are you going to play for 3? Or do you try to air it out here, maybe, Clint? Maybe see if you can hit that release.
All right, I think Coach Dan Winfrey's going to want to talk about it on this 3rd down. We'll take a timeout with them here on the Exports Network.
A&M Medical is Lawrence County's newest medical clinic, specializing in urgent and primary care. Practitioners Andrea Bain and Meredith Hutton bring years of experience and compassion to keep you and your family healthy. A&M Medical features a separate well waiting room to meet your needs. Visit today and ask about A&M's weight loss program and telemedicine services. That's A&M Medical, located at 2367 Highway 43 South in Leoma, Tennessee.
At C&B Linen, fast, friendly, and reliable service is our promise to you. Because you're not just a customer, you're family. From multi-use linen to branded floor coverings and a complete range of cleaning supplies, C&B Linen is here to make sure you have everything you need. From our high-quality products to our fast, friendly, and reliable service, you'll experience the difference with C&B Linen. Because you're not just a client, you're part of our family. You'll be winning with C&B Linen.
All right, coming out of the timeout, it'll be 3rd and 7. Summertown took a timeout to talk this one over. You feel like, Adam, if they can get 4 or 5 out of this, you're probably going for it.
Yeah.
But you also, you didn't take your points first time. Back to throw. Quick slant across the middle. Powell's got it.
There it is.
Great job leading him. Great job getting the pass over the defensive line of scrimmage there by Dillard. Powell had to come back to it, but he does. Scoops it up. He'll score the first score of the night. Summertown leads at 6-0. Hoffman coming on for the PAT.
Well, and that play action fake too, Clint, where he just kind of shoved that right into the back's hands. It froze those backers just enough for him to squeak right through. That's a great play call. Summertown got what they wanted. They got their 6.
Snap's good, holds good, kicks up, and it's good. Summertown leads at 7-0. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the X Sports Network.
You know, Storing Lee Furniture is not just some huge chain store, but we do have a 144,000 square foot showroom right here in Leoma, Tennessee. The Story family has worked together in the business now for 55 years. And a familiar face is here to help you with whatever you need. That's what being a part of the community right here in the Tennessee Valley means. And if you have an issue, we're right here to take care of it. And don't forget free delivery. We invite you to come see us. We're Storing Lee Furniture.
If you're looking for a company that can do it all when it comes to building, look no further than Tennessee Properties. From new home builds to remodels and commercial projects, our contractors work hard to give your space a new life from planning to finishing touches. Whether it's new interiors or dirt work, they see your big picture without forgetting the small details. In the market for a new home, they partnered with Freeman Development to bring new homes to the Oak Hill subdivision of Lawrenceburg. That's Tennessee Properties, licensed and insured.
All right, back at it here on the X Sports Network. 3:47 to go here in the first half. Summertown comes away with points on that drive on the touchdown pass from Dillard to Powell. The extra point by Hoffman makes it 7-0. 3:47 to go. So plenty of time, Adam, if you are Riverside. Pooch kick. Going to go uptown, and that's Couples. Across the whole field. Trying to bring it back, but now he'll go down at around the 33-yard line. Sometimes got a couple of players slow to get up. Got another flag on the play. It's going to be a holding against Riverside, and my gosh, we might have to look at a stat sheet here at halftime. Yeah. I'd like to know just how many penalties Riverside has in this first half. Lincoln County has tied it up against Lawrence County. It's 7-7. Update from Lewis County. Mount Pleasant leads it by 1, 10-9. Mount Pleasant has the ball close to midfield, or Lewis County has the ball close to midfield.
Got them pinned back a little bit now, Clint, down inside their own 20.
Pistol formation. That's Duck. Got a man in motion. Fakes it to him, now hands it up to Perez. Perez busts through that gap. And they still can't go down. Perez on a foot race. Only person that can catch him may be Schaefer. Perez trying to get to the corner of the end zone, and I don't know that Summertown brought him down. I think gravity brought him down.
Yeah, I think he kind of got a little ahead of himself, kind of lost his footing. But, man, what a tough run right up the gut.
Well, Adam, I said it. You know at some point they were going to break one off right here, and they just did. I don't see any laundry on the field that time. So now Summertown's going to have to stand tall. They forced a missed field goal on on the opening possession for Riverside, so we'll see if Summertown can do something similar now. Mr. Head Referee coming to find Athletic Director Langdon Stanley. I don't know what that's about, but
And also, too, Clint, Summertown has to. These guys are athletic and talented. You have got to wrap up. You have got to wrap up and bring these guys down. Just these hand and arm tackles are not going to work.
Perez going to get him a break. It's duck out of the shotgun. Oh, ball's on the ground.
I think
Squirm
Summertown
for
might
it.
Have it.
If
they do.
If Summertown came away with it, they got a gift.
And I believe it's that Dillard that came out with it.
We'll have to look. I think it was Schaefer.
I thought it might have been Dillard.
It was Dillard.
Yeah.
It was Max Dillard.
Yeah. I saw Dillard come out with it, and hey, man, he
Max Dillard with the 2 biggest plays of the night on defense and the biggest play of the night on offense.
And as you mentioned, Clint, man, the penalties hurt, but just these little mistakes right now that are just killing Riverside after that huge run and then just a mishandled handoff.
All right, Summertown will be pinned back. They're inside the 10. I don't see Summertown getting real cute here.
No.
I know Riverside has used 1 timeout. So we'll see if they want to use them to try to make Summertown punt here before the half. Summertown's whole offensive line took off, their whole left side. So that's not helpful. We're going to back Summertown up. Summertown will be doing this one out of their end zone.
And if you're Summertown here, regardless, this may not be a scoring possession considering you're inside your own 10. You need to move this football. You do not want to have to punt back to Riverside because they'll use their timeouts if they have to here.
Dillard just going to punch it forward on the quarterback sneak. Just try to get out of his end zone. Gets to around the 5. Clock will run. Riverside not going to use their timeout yet. I would say if they can get a stop here on a minimal gain, they'll be using it this time.
Well, with it being second down right now, if you can hold Summertown to minimal yardage here, you can use it here and then use it after the third down play, and hopefully get that football back
in good field position.
In good field position with probably a 2 minutes, minute 45 left.
Yeah,
plenty of time to do something.
Summertown doesn't break something off right here, they're going to be punting out of their end zone.
Yeah.
Powell in motion. Going to hand off to Schaefer. Not much there. It was down at around the 7. Kind of shot Riverside has not used their timeout, Adam.
Well, they may be thinking, Clint, to try to maybe save one for offense. That's your other option.
Use one here on third down.
Yeah, you can do it either way.
Or on fourth down.
Mm-hmm. You should be getting the football back hopefully around a minute 30 or a little bit less with the timeout.
Yeah, play clock's at 15, so Summertown can run a little bit more. But they don't. Shovel pass out to Hoffman. Hoffman maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but the good thing is he stayed in bounds. Riverside will use their timeout now. And minute 41 to go. Summertown's going to have to punt it away, give it back to Riverside, and they'll have a timeout in their pocket. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the X Sports Network.
The storm doesn't ask. It takes. It tests. It pushes everything to its limit. Some things are built different. Some things are built to last. Tested by the elements, proven by time, engineered for whatever comes next. Summertown Metals. Strength in every storm. Building dreams that last.
Comprehensive care with a compassionate touch. That will always be the guarantee at Encompass Healthcare in Etheridge, Tennessee. Whether you're looking for primary or urgent care, x-ray services, or weight loss treatments, the team at Encompass is equipped to serve your needs today. The doors are open Monday through Thursday from
All right, Summertown to punt things away. We know how dicey it got the last time Summertown punted at them. That's a low snap. We're going to get a false start, I think, on Summertown. So the good thing is you can't back up a whole lot farther. Just half the distance, I think.
Clint, I believe if you're Hoffman here in Summertown, you need a directional kick. Just get this thing out quick and try to send it directionally out of bounds. You do not want to give them an opportunity for a return.
Brasher back to return. High booming kick. He's going to call a fair catch at around the 45, and I'm shocked that's he called a fair catch there because he had some room to run.
We also have either a roughing the kicker or a running into.
Let's see what Mr. Head Referee wants to call here.
Yep.
I don't think it'll be enough to give Summertown a first down.
It will not.
And I don't think if you're Summertown, you sure don't want to punt it again unless you could scoot up, 10,
I
15
think
yards.
If you're Summertown here, we'll see.
Summertown's going to decline it, I guess.
Well,
are they going to mark 15 to the end? I don't think that's correct.
No, it would be 15 from where the ball was initially snapped from, if they accept it. But it looks like they declined it. I mean, they'd have to.
Yeah, I from what I was reading on the official across the way, he was waving like it was declining. I guess Summertown looked at it like it wasn't going to give them enough for first down. So I think the way they looked at it is we don't want to take our chances kicking this thing out again.
Yeah. Nonetheless, though, Riverside, they're in pretty good shape and good in business right here with a minute and a half left.
Duck with Perez back in there. He took one break after that big run, and Riverside turned it over. Perez got it, makes a whole host of defenders miss. He's going to have a first down, go across the 30 to about the 27. Timeout Riverside. We'll stay right here with it as we've got a minute 23 to go. Summertown leads at 7-0 here in this first half. Remind everybody, stay tuned. We'll have the bands at halftime, or the band.
Oh,
I don't think Riverside brought anybody. Duck out of the shotgun. Rolling to his right, looking to throw. Looking. I think. Did he lose that football, or are they going to call an incomplete pass?
The end man over there is ruling it incomplete. I think he attempted to throw it, but decided against it, but it basically squirted out of his hand.
That's what Will's replay. If that ball was out before his hand came forward, that's a fumble. No, he just.
Yeah. I think he decided to change his mind at the last moment and just couldn't get the throw back. So.
All right, so clock will stop on incomplete. Make it 2nd down and 10. Minute 3 to go here in the first half. I believe Lincoln County just scored on Lawrence County to take a 13-7 lead, and they did. Play clock just starting. Duck out of the pistol formation. Going to hand it to Perez. Going to run the football, and he's got some room. Shoestring tackle by Powell is going to save a touchdown. It will be a first down. Clock will stop as we reset the chains, and then we'll start right back.
The issue here is not that they're getting yardage, it's that they're getting first downs to stop the clock. So they've still got plenty of time here to do something, and they also, I believe they still have the one timeout in their pocket too.
No, they used it after the run. Quick slant. The outside makes a man miss. He's going to go out of bounds. Another first down. Summertown, you said it, Adam. Summertown had a chance to bring him down inbounds short of the first down. They would have kept the clock running, but they can't wrap up. Big Jack Couples had a good first half so far for Riverside despite the penalties and the bad luck. That'll make it 1st and goal. Ball is on the 5. Another thing to note, Will just let us know it'll be Riverside's ball coming out of halftime. So you need to stop if you're Summertown. Man going to go in motion. Going to hand it to Perez. Stumbles a little bit, then cuts it back. He's into the end zone. Touchdown Riverside. Looked like Summertown had it snuffed out, but, hey, you got to credit that young man. He put his foot in the ground and totally shifted field at him, and he pounds it into the end zone. Credit Riverside. They finally put a drive together with no penalties and looked pretty good doing it.
Well, and those backs, man, they have there are physical, and they're doing an excellent job here. We're checking to see that if they're going for
no.
two.
I think they're like some schools we see that just start out that way. And now they're going to set back up to kick the PAT. So 32 seconds to go. Riverside looking to tie it up right before half. Snap's good, holds good, kicks up, and it's good. So 32 seconds to go. We're tied at 7. We'll be back in a moment here on the X Sports Network.
Looking to transform your home or commercial space? Lawrenceburg Flooring is your local stop for flooring, tile, and custom blinds. From sleek hardwoods and waterproof LVP to stunning ceramic and water jet tile, we've got the styles, colors, and prices to fit every taste and budget. With financing options available, visit Lawrenceburg Flooring today, where your design dreams become reality. Your floors, your style, we've got you covered.
For over 50 years, Southern Tennessee Regional Health System Lawrenceburg has been a cornerstone of care in Lawrence County. From cardiology to orthopedics, general surgery, primary care, and women's health, we offer compassionate expert care close to home. Our ER is now stronger than ever with more providers, chest pain accreditation, and our newest Joint Commission stroke accreditation, because every second matters. Generations have trusted us for compassionate care and medical excellence. Faster, trusted, accredited. Emergency care with hometown heart.
All right, back at it. 32 seconds to go. Riverside to kick things off to Summertown. It's been a back-and-forth game, Adam. Riverside really shot themselves in the foot on a lot of penalties, but they got something going that time, played clean football, knotted the score up. They'll also get the ball coming out of halftime, so we should have a good one here in this second half. I think if you're Summertown right here, you just want to do ball protection, probably get to the half.
Yeah, I agree. Just hopefully protect this thing and get out of here, unless you just maybe bust some big run here.
That should have been an offsides off of Riverside on the kickoff. Powell's got it. Makes a couple miss, and he's going to go down just across the around the 25-yard line.
Lewis County is now went up with a field goal, and they're up on Mount Pleasant 12-10.
Like an old school football game there.
Yep.
So 25 seconds to go. I don't see Summertown, even with the 2 timeouts, that I'm getting real aggressive here.
No, I don't either.
Now, maybe if you break one, maybe. But we'll see. Get Schaefer and Dillard. Dillard out of the shotgun. 2 receivers to the right, 2 to the left. Max fakes the throw. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Quarterback keeper. Pound it up the middle. Got to have ball security. And let's see if Summertown will take this one at halftime. Not using their timeout, and the play clock's down to 13 seconds. Seven seconds. I don't think we're going to get a snap off, and we won't. We're tied at 7. We'll be back in a few moments here on the X Sports Network, getting ready for second half action.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your community calendar.
You're watching Kelly's Community Calendar. I'm Kelly Rawson. Let's go over all kinds of events and a lot of Halloween festivities already this weekend across the Tennessee Valley. Starting with Saturday, there will be a car and truck show at Rotary Park in Lawrenceburg from 8:30 a.m. until 1:30 p.m. The proceeds for this event goes to Abigail's Plan. Fall Fun Fest happening in Columbia at Woodland Park from 10 a.m. until 4 p.m. There will be food, games, and inflatables out there. Fall Festival happening at John Barnes Park in Ardmore, and that is from 1 p.m. until 6 p.m. There will be vendors and all kinds of fall fun out there. Trunk or Treat happening downtown Mount Pleasant, Tennessee from 1 p.m. until 4:30 p.m. There will be candy and inflatables out there. Trick or Treat on the Square in downtown Pulaski. That will be from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. Fall Festival happening in Huntsville at Landmark Church from 3 p.m. until 6 p.m. There will be games, treats, and prizes out there. Another fall festival happening in Florence, Alabama at Wesley Chapel United Methodist Church from 4 p.m. until 6 p.m. There will be food, games, and all kinds of fall fun out there. Autumn Adventure is back at Leoma Baptist Church this Saturday. It starts at 5 p.m. Games, hot dogs to eat, and candy to eat as well. A bean supper and silent auction happening at Fall River United Methodist Church in Leoma, Tennessee. That starts at 5 p.m. Saturday evening. Harvest Festival on a Saturday as well in Leoma at New Hope Baptist Church. That starts at 5 p.m. Also on Saturday evening, trunk or treat happening at the Lincoln County Courthouse in Fayetteville, Tennessee from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. Moving now to Sunday, Unity in Our Community happening at the Hardin County High School in Hardin County, Tennessee. That starts at 3 p.m. There will be worship and fellowship at that event. Trunk or treat in Florence at Liberty Baptist Church from 5 p.m. until 7 p.m. Another trunk or treat in Elkmont, Alabama at Elkmont Methodist Church from 5:30 p.m. until 7 p.m. There will be a potluck and a singing out there. If you have any events going on in your community and you want those events on the community calendar, just send me those details in an email. The email's right there on your screen, kelly@tnvalleyweather.com.
Jack Davis Insurance, located at 201 West Gain Street in Lawrenceburg, has you covered through life's obstacles. Jack Davis specializes in group insurance for businesses and institutions of all sizes. With coverage for life, accidents, cancer, critical illness, short-term disability, dental, and vision, Jack Davis can customize a plan to meet every need. Now available Medicare plans for seniors. Contact Paige Davis at 931-492-9284 today for Medicare Supplement, Medicare Advantage, and prescription drug plan insurance. Serving Lawrence and surrounding counties since 1987, call the team at Jack Davis Insurance today at 931-242-5225.
Since 1955, Evers Construction has been the company folks have trusted for residential and commercial construction projects. Today, Evers is still the leader in building and is just as committed to maintaining. From residential to commercial and industrial, Evers' team of experts stands ready to install, service, and repair all your HVAC and plumbing needs. Specializing in leak repair, maintenance, air duct cleaning and repair, air handler service, drain cleaning, gas line work, emergency unit repair, inspections, and more. Evers Construction offers a preventative maintenance package to keep your home or business cool in the summer and warm in the winter. Trained, trusted, reliable. For more information or to schedule an appointment with the pros who know, phone 931-762-3593 or visit eversconstructionco.com.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your sports forecast.
Fred Gossett here in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center on this Friday evening with your latest forecast update. Clouds will be thickening as we head through the evening and the overnight. Temperatures are still going to drop into the 40s, but not quite as much as what we have been the past few overnights, because the cloud cover is going to act as a bit of an insulating blanket overnight. So we're talking about mid to upper 40s for most of us across the area, with skies becoming mostly cloudy to overcast. Limited sunshine here for Saturday, but I do expect some breaks of sunshine at times. Mostly cloudy otherwise. Daytime highs up into the low to mid 70s for most of us. A stray upper 60 here and there because of the cloud cover. More of an east-southeasterly wind, and then only falling back mainly into the low to mid 50s Saturday night as clouds really thicken up, and maybe a few rain showers starting during the early morning hours after midnight. That's certainly possible. Rain will be more likely on our Sunday. It's going to be a wet day at times as widespread rain overspreads the area, especially by midday and afternoon, but it could start as early as the morning hours. I just think it'll be a little more off and on during the morning. Some of the rainfall during the afternoon into the evening locally heavy, maybe a rumble or two of thunder, but I don't expect any severe storms. That would be well off to the south of this red line that's the warm front. We're actually going to have a breezy easterly wind with the wedge of cooler air from Georgia that will keep us cool and stable as the rain falls into that. The evaporational cooling process with that will keep us in the 50s all day for our Sunday. A chilly, raw, rainy day around here on Sunday. Lingering showers likely into Monday, Tuesday. Maybe a bit more in the way of heavier rain and a rumble or two of thunder late Tuesday night into early Wednesday morning. And then showers continue into Wednesday to be fairly likely before tapering off as we enter the end of the week. So if you're going to head to the pumpkin patch this weekend, you know this is the last weekend we have before Halloween. So if you haven't gotten your jack-o'-lantern yet, this weekend is the time to do it. Saturday is going to be the day to do that, not Sunday, with the rain likely a soggy day here for our Sunday. 7-day temperature trend here. We're going to be on the cool side once we get past Saturday. Saturday is the last warm day we have for the next 7, staying in the 70s. And then for much of the time, from Sunday all the way through Halloween, between the mid to upper 50s to at times the low to mid 60s here. And that 63 and 65 for Monday and Tuesday, that may actually trend downward depending on how much sunshine we get in and around the rain showers. So going to be noticeably cooler here once we get past our 70s on Saturday. As you get that first cup of coffee in the morning, if you're an early riser on Saturday mornings, mostly cloudy skies here starting in the mid to upper 40s for most of us. Headed for the mid 70s by the afternoon with partly sunny to mostly cloudy skies, a few late night rain showers after midnight. And then a rainy, breezy, windy day here for Sunday. Those easterly winds, they could gust at 20, 25, 30 miles per hour at times. A few rumbles of thunder are possible, but not expecting any severe storms. Showers likely at times on Monday, Tuesday. Maybe some locally heavy downpours and a few rumbles of thunder Tuesday night. Not expecting severe storms then either. Chance of showers continues through Wednesday, maybe lingering in the Thursday. For right now, and this is subject to change, I want to stress that, but for right now, early indications are Halloween looks to be clearing out, but cool with daytime highs into the mid-50s. That's the Look Related 7-day forecast. We'll get you back to the game coverage right here on the X Sports Network.
Make your property rock and roll with services from GNS Excavating, specializing in white sand, compost, mulch, topsoil, landscape gravel, and steel landscape edging. Turn to the pros who know how to make your project shine with years of experience. The best part is they're locally owned and operated. Choose from a vast selection of mulch and rock from their conveniently located facility at number 3 Valley Road in Lawrenceburg, just off Buffalo Road. Phone 931-279-3841 and get started today.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
Good Works at Home, formerly known as The Summit at Home, is a licensed, non-skilled agency dedicated to helping you maintain your independence at home for as long as possible. Our compassionate and caring staff provide support in various areas, including dressing, bathing, personal hygiene, transportation, cleaning, and companionship. Please call our office about services, payment options.
Will, I don't know what we're going to do with you. Clint, Adam, Will in the house tonight. It's the last home game of the year for this Summertown squad. We're tied at 7 if you're just now joining us. And this is a playoff or go-home game. Now, Summertown does have one more game next week at Adamsville. But if you lose this one, your playoff hopes are done. And both teams are vying for that 4th seed. As Summertown wins, they're in. If Riverside wins, they're in. Summertown will be kicking things off. Adam, we had a kind of a doppelganger of each other in that first half. Both teams kind of shot themselves in the foot. Summertown just not executing on offense, but Riverside really shooting themselves in the foot penalty-wise, and that's what's got us at a 7-7 score. As we start this second half, what are you looking for out of both squads?
Well, Riverside, they're going, like you said, the penalties have to be gone. They're going to have to get rid of a lot of those because they've been killers. Summertown, defensively, they got to start wrapping up and tackling because this team is athletic, and they've busted some solid runs tonight. It's just been some poor tackling.
Will, could you give me some mood lighting over there? I can't read my rooster. Hoffman with a boomer. It's going to come down inside the 5, but it's going to be returned. That's Cody Brasher trying to make something out of it. Still on his feet. If he can get by Hoffman, he's on a foot race. Hoffman trying to get him out of bounds, and he does, but not before Brasher can get all the way down to around the 30 of Summertown. So not how you wanted to start this second half if you are the Eagles.
And once again, Clint, a lot of arm tackles. I don't know how many he went through, but we probably had at least 5 that had some hands on him, but just –
well, I'll be honest with you, Adam. I looked down just to make sure I was getting the name right on who was returning it. When I looked back up, he was crossing the 50.
Yeah, this is a great run. That super athletic kid. But, hey, they've come ready to play here. If you're Summertown here, your playoff hopes here are on the line for second half, and it's not a good way to start right now.
All right, Duck in the shotgun. He's got Perez, who kind of had the hot hand in that second half, in that second quarter. Going to hand it to Perez. He's going to plow forward, and I'll be honest with you, Adam, if they overcoach this and don't let that young man run the football a ton in the second half, I think me and Riverside's coach probably going to have a talk.
Yeah, I agree. The main thing, like we talked about, Clint, like you said, just get the ball to their playmakers, but just cut down on those penalties.
Well, I mean,
that's what's killed them.
I mean, we know that Summertown's the walking wounded. We know that we are got so many kids out there, young kids out there, that are trying to bring down Perez. And I think if you're Riverside, I'm going to dumb down my offense to eliminate penalties, and it's going to be a handoff to Perez until Summertown can bottle him up. Going to fake the handoff on the sweep, going to hand it to Perez. He's going to plow forward. Summertown does a good job of turning the edge up there and making Perez have to cut it back in. It'll be a short gain, make it 3rd and 4. And you're definitely in 4-down territory if you are Riverside.
That was your quarterback Dillard again, Clint, who shut that edge off and made a great tackle. Now, he's been a busy man tonight. He's going to sleep good, I think, after tonight. He's been going hard on both sides of the ball.
Max may just have to live in an ice bath until next Friday night or next Thursday night. All right, play clock's under 10. Duck with Perez right beside him. Sends a man in motion. Going to keep it. Quarterback's going to keep it on the read. He's going to plow forward. Going to have a first down. Going to get down close to around the 15-yard line of Summertown.
That's a great read, Clint, and he got through that line quickly.
Yeah, they had put the man in motion. Summertown followed it, and then they fell for the handoff to Perez. And And Summertown wasn't going to touch him till he got about 10 out of it.
I think they're heeding your advice, Clint, on as far as kind of dumbing things down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they're pretty much simplifying things north and south here.
Out of the shotgun. Man in motion again. Going to hand it to Perez. Summertown hits him at the line of scrimmage, but he stays on his feet. He's going to get almost to the end zone. I don't know. We'd have to watch Will's replay there, but about 4 broken tackles there at him. And credit Perez. He just kept those wheels going.
Yep.
And he's going to make it first and goal. Gets all the way down to the 3.
It's just a lot of grabbing, Clint. Just
credit Powell. Powell on that shoestring tackle there that kept him from getting in the end zone. Let me give a shout-out to Dub and Cindy Blues is there watching. Coach Jeremy Jean's watching. Miss Carly Atkinson, she's watching. Will's pride and joy. Quarterback keeper. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Adam, they've got number 11, Jack Couples, into that Wildcat formation, and they just ran their big wide receiver straight in for a touchdown. So waste no time, do Riverside. 8:53 to go. They've taken their first lead of the contest. The extra point upcoming.
well, and all that Clint set up by that huge return on the kickoff. When you can give your offense football on that shorter field, you're going to be successful a large majority of the time.
Levi Morgan, senior place kicker, on for the extra point for Decatur County. The Panthers strike first. The field goal extra point is good. They lead at 14-7. We'll be back in a moment here on the X Sports Network.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
Arts, crafts, stationery, journals, books, educational toys, wrapping paper, devotionals, greeting cards, and much more can all be found at Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg. Shop local to find the perfect gift or have a custom gift basket made for just the right occasion. Paper and Thread has a party room now available for birthdays, classes, and so much more. We could go on and on about all the neat things you'll find at Paper and Thread, but you just need to hop in your car and head down there. 106 North Military Avenue in Lawrenceburg is where you'll find them and discover what makes Paper and Thread awesome. That's Paper and Thread in downtown Lawrenceburg, 106 North Military Avenue.
Riverside wasting no time. 8:53 to go here in the third. They score on their opening possession after a great kickoff return. Put them in the driver's seat at them, and Summertown's going to have to get their offense going again.
Yeah, Summertown's just kind of come out flat, Clint, and they've got to get somebody to kind of get a fire going in them and kind of get them some momentum back, because this Riverside team, man, they've come out to play this half.
Kickoff's off and away. Powell's got it. Going to be able to return it. Cutting it back across the field. Makes a couple miss, but he's not going to make the third, as he's going to go down at around the 20.
Great effort by Powell, but they did a great job just shutting that side off. Not really much for him, not really anywhere for him to go.
I know Powell's always in jeopardy of breaking one, but at that time I think if he could do it again, he probably would have took the short side of the field where the ball was, and I think he probably could have got to about the 35 following a blocker. But I can't blame him for also wanting to make something happen either.
Well, and this is a huge possession right here for Summertown. You're down a score. If you are to give this back to Riverside quickly, and they were to score again, you're in a world of hurt with the amount of time that you're going to have left in this game and the limited number of possessions you're going to have.
Going to start off by handing it to Schaefer. Schaefer breaks one tackle. He's going to make something positive out of nothing there. But, boy, Adam, that looked like it was choked down about 2 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're doing a great job now, Riverside is, with some penetration.
While we got a break in action, she told me to give her a shout out, and I haven't done it yet. So to the love of my life, she's at home getting ready for a big gender reveal party tomorrow. I guess it's official now. I can just say it to the world. I'm going to be a grandpa. And Gretchen, just in case you're listening, Adam knows what the gender is because his wife's making the cake, and I might know before you do.
The irritating part is going to be what she's going to say to me the first time I call her Granny.
Yeah.
She may not like that.
Hand it off. Schaefer again. Schaefer does a great job breaking some tackles.
All right.
About 5 out of it. It's going to make it 3rd and doable.
All right, Clint, tell me this. You've had to have thought about this. Grandparents are called all kind of different names. Grandpa, Pawpaw, what? What do you want to be called? Have you thought about that?
I'm going to be called Pop.
Pop,
after my grandpa that was my pop. And Will suggested that Gretchen be called Big Mama. Now, Gretchen, that was Will's suggestion. That wasn't mine.
Well, Will can't repeat what his grandkids call him over the radio. It's not that good.
All right, 3rd and 2. Summertown needing a first down to not punt this thing away. Dillard's going to keep it. I think he's got the first.
Yeah.
County Riverside's going to stand him up and drive him back, but not before Max can pick up the first down, keep the chains moving. Now, I think she decided that she's everybody calls her Gertie. I think she's Grandma Gertie. It's going to be her nickname.
Well, I can promise you one thing I will never call her is Big Mama because I do not want to face that.
Well, listen, she hadn't texted or responded. She may be in her car on her way up here to whoop all 3 of our rear ends.
Well, we may need to take this game down after this and not where she can
just lock the doors. All right, 1st and 10. Ball on the 32. Summertown trying to answer. They hand it off. That's Schaefer again. Bust forward, get to the 35. Gain of about 2.
Clint, it's a lot of tough sledding in there right now. I mean, you're just not getting a ton of room to do much of anything. I mean, these backs are going hard, but, man, Riverside's really clogging a lot of holes up.
Here comes Pugh in for Hoffman. You know, we've went every run we've had in this drive has been pounding it up the gut. I think you're probably, you've got that pistol formation with Powell and Pugh back there. Wouldn't be surprised if we don't see something try to get off the edge at him. Powell going to go in motion. Then we're going to hand it off to Schaefer. Schaefer's going to punch forward. Another positive run.
Schaefer dragging about 4 Riverside defenders right there.
Update from Lawrence County. They lead at 14-13 over Lincoln County. From Lewis County, they're fixing to start the second half. Lewis County leads Mount Pleasant 12-10. So we got some good ones around our area, and we've got a good one here. Summertown trying to get in a hurry here. Make Riverside jump.
And it worked.
Summertown should pick up the first down on the encroachment. So another first down for Summertown.
Well, the penalties against Riverside in that first half were primarily against offense. Clint, but that right there, that hurts. You never want to give a team a free first down, and that's just what happened.
All right, so see if we're back to more of the same. You got Powell in the slot, Pugh in the slot. Pugh going to go in motion. Back to throw is Dillard. Quick slant out to Powell. Oh, hits it on his fingertips, but he can't haul it in. Let him just a little too much. Powell couldn't come up with it.
Clint, that is that wheel route.
Yes.
That was successful last week a time or two at Richland, and, man, he was there. He had him.
So that's the first play of this. I think that's the first play of this quarter that has stopped the clock, Adam. 5:02 to go here in this third quarter. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
I love the call. It's aggressive. It's time they've slowed you down kind of with your run game right now. Kind of mix things up and let them know that you do have a passing game.
Powell in motion. Going to hand it off to Pugh on the end around. Pugh gets stood up, but he plows forward, does Pugh. Hard-nosed running by Colton Pugh. Going to get about 6 out of it. That'll make it 3rd and doable. And I think as easy as Riverside just kind of ran it down your throat, Adam,
you know, I think if you get anything positive here, you may be considering going, because I don't think you want to give it back to them with a chance to go down 2 scores.
I think offensively right now they have a lot of confidence, especially after that drive and that score right before the half too. So, yeah, I agree, Clint.
Schaefer. The running back position, Dillard under center. Powell in motion. Going to hand it to Schaefer, going to get positive yardage. So that was clearly a let's get positive and go for it on 4th down, Adam.
Yeah, they're going to be about 1.5 yards, maybe 2, Clint.
It'll make it 4th and 2 as the ball is sitting right on the 50-yard line. Summertown's offense staying on the field.
I'm curious here, Clint. You would love to get to the outside. You'd love to possibly have Dillard ball in his hands, but you also don't want anything slow developing either here.
Yeah, the way that front 3 of Riverside is just causing havoc. There, it looks like they're bringing their linebackers in as well, trying to close up the gap. Summertown just jumped. So that may change things up. Instead of 4th and 3, it's going to be 4th and 8. Let's see.
Clint, I'm not a fan of this necessarily. I love aggression. I think you've got to punt this
and
football.
I think we will be.
I think you have to. You cannot. 4th and 8 right here is a chore. The way the issues we're having with Riverside's defense right now, and you do not want to give this ball back to them in prime real estate. Hopefully, pin them back and let the defense get a stop.
Senior leader, all-purpose man, offense, defense, and special teams, Bradley Hoffman, back to punt this away. Hoffman's got it. Kicks a good one. Tracking toward the left side. Is going to go out of bounds at around the 22. That's where Riverside will take over. We'll be back in 30 seconds here on the Exports Network.
There's no job too big or too small for Gonzalez Lawn and Landscapes. Owner Chris Gonzalez works hard to make your commercial or residential properties one of the neighbors will envy. You won't find a lower price anywhere else, and that's a guarantee. We offer mowing, landscape removal, small construction jobs, and more. Our team is licensed and insured to ensure the best work for Lawrence County and surrounding areas. Your satisfaction is our goal. We won't leave until you're happy. Call today to set up a free quote.
Arts, crafts, stationery, journals, books, educational toys, wrapping paper, devotion.
All right, Summertown has to settle and punt it away. We're going to try to get a stop here and get the football back. Summertown trails by 7 if you're just now joining us. This is Clint, Adam, and Will. Going to stay with the hot-handed Perez. Summertown does a good job snuffing that one out. Let's see, who was that on that, Adam? That's number
26.
44, James Gray for Summertown, coming up with that tackle.
Colton Pugh, I believe, was in on that too. So not a bad start if you're Summertown, only allowing a yard there. You need a 3 and out here if you can, if you're Summertown.
Summertown showing blitz. Pugh's going to back up out of it. Quarterback's going to keep this one. Here comes Duck. Gets his legs taken out from under him by Powell. And we've got some laundry coming in as well on the tackle, so we'll see what we've got. Going to be a hold on Riverside. So back that up 10 yards, do it again.
Kind of some of those penalties from the first half now, Clint, kind of coming back and biting them now a little bit.
Just in case, well, we've got a little break in action, just in case we have any Summertown folks watching that were a little upset that we didn't show the band a couple of games ago. We did show them tonight. But to make you feel better about our coverage, if you want to tune over after this ballgame's over and watch Lawrence County, they tried to show the band, and they had a head sticking right in the way so you couldn't even see it. So we're a lot more professional than those guys.
I agree. We've come a long way.
Well, Will has. I don't know if we can put me and you in that category. Hand it. Nope, fake the handoff. Back to throws Duck.
They've got a man.
Got a man. Powell's trying to get under it. Oh, Powell almost stripped it away. It'll be an incomplete pass as they were trying to hit Cody Brasher. That'll stop the clock on the incomplete pass, make it 3rd down and 18. Do we have some more laundry on the field?
I was looking at that, Clint. I don't think so, but they are having a discussion If there was a flag, I didn't see it. It is illegal man downfield.
Illegal man downfield. I think if you're Summertown, you probably decline this, don't you? Make it 3rd and 18. You don't want to give them a chance for 2nd down again, do you? No, we're going to decline it. We'll make it 3rd and 18. Summertown looking for a stop and looking to force a punt here. Hopefully get the ball in good field position.
I think if you're Riverside here, you just be smart. If you have to punt it back to Summertown, you do. You don't have to do anything crazy here. You've got to be happy with how your defense has played majority of this game if you're them.
Perez right behind Duck, shotgun. Pitch, quick slant over here this far side. It's going to be incomplete. Stop the clock, minute 46 to go here in the 3rd. Riverside will be forced to punt it away. Good stand by the Summertown defense, Adam.
It was, and on the positive, too, not only do you force a punt, but an incomplete pass, you stop that clock.
Yeah, now listen, I don't want to call him out, but I don't think he would mind me saying this, but I kind of looked down there after that first series, and defensive coordinator Coach Jason Busby, he was kind of letting a few kids have it. We saw a little bit better job wrapping up that possession.
Yeah, I agree. That was a big stop for them. Hopefully they can get some good field position out of this punt.
Brasher, he's flushed out of the pocket. Pugh's chasing him. He'll kick it out of the way, but it's a shank. And it's going to be a very short. Summertown's going to start in great field position. Great job by Pugh on the pursuit.
They should get that ball inside the 30.
So the punt doesn't look too bad now if you're Summertown, as you've swapped field positions.
Well, if you're Summertown here, you've got what you wanted. You got your 3 and out.
They're putting that ball on the 35. There's no way that ball made it that far.
I agree. I would love to see a replay of that, Will. I don't know what view we've got. We may not be able to see much from this view, but we'll see. I really thought that ball was
I thought it hit the
way
tent.
before.
But either way, great starting position. Back to throw is Dillard. Got a man. That's Powell's. Got it.
He's gone.
Touchdown, Caleb Powell. Off the wheel route. Great pass. Great catch. Max Dillard to Powell again. For the 2nd time tonight, Summertown's an extra point away from tying this one up.
That's a great play call. Very seldom this year, maybe less than, 3% of the time Summertown's thrown on 1st down.
Yeah,
gone
for the jugular on play number 1 after a big turnover.
That is a great call, and he hit him right in stride here. This is a big extra point. If you're Summertown, you better make sure you do things the right way. Good snap, good hold.
Hoffman on. Holds good, kicks good. We're tied at 14. We'll be back in a moment here on the X Sports Network. Summertown ties it up off the pass from Max Dillard to Michaela Powell for the 2nd time tonight, Adam. And we're tied up at 14. Minute 32 to go here in the 3rd. This 4th quarter setup might get wild, Adam.
Yeah, I agree. If you're Summertown here, you've got some momentum. You've got to keep it going. It'd be big to get another stop here. And you better be ready here, special teams-wise, because this –
going for the onside kick. Oh, my gosh. And the worst thing in the world just happened. Riverside, that's big number 31.
Unbelievable.
Case Yarborough, senior tight end. He goes up and meets it, and he takes it all the way to the house. Watch Will's replay here.
Well, Clint, I've seen it happen on Madden, but it's been a while since I've seen it happen on a field on a Friday night.
All right. Well, that was a short-lived tie.
Yeah.
Summertown faithful a little unhappy right now. Well, I heard some Summertown fans yelling, why? Well, the last time he kicked it, he ran it to the 30. Extra points up, and it's good. So just like that,
well,
Riverside with a 21-14 lead.
Well, in your average onside kick situation, usually your frontline defenders are there to secure the football.
Mm-hmm.
You don't actually see many people actually attack it like a ground ball in softball, right? He attacked it, and I think Summertown actually overran
they did
the kick.
Yeah, watch here. Watch again Will's replay. You really, the only man you had that could make a tackle would have been our punter, our kicker, Hoffman, and he was going after it to recover it.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much when he recovered that, when he fielded that football, there was nobody between him and the.
And look, Adam.
And the score.
31, Case Yarborough made a hell of a play.
Yeah.
I mean, he just stepped up and caught it off a bounce, and he was gone.
Well,
probably not on your bingo card for an onside kick to be returned for a touchdown, but that's what happened tonight.
Well, it's unfortunate. It is a blow. But look, if you're Summertown, you just had a quick strike. Mm-hmm. You've done got them 3 and out. It's a 7-point game. You've got plenty of time, a whole quarter left of football here and more. Hey, go back at it. Go back to work. Tie this thing back up and go from there. But, yeah, Clint, I'm going to tell you that is a punch to the gut, especially when you work so hard to get this thing tied back up, man.
You had momentum for about 20 seconds.
Yeah, that hurts very badly.
All right. Well, Summertown will have to try to tie this thing up again. They'll be receiving the ball. Line drive.
Get it back.
And it just nails a Summertown player and goes back. Not a meant to be onside kick. Just a line drive that kicks off a Summertown player and goes right in the hands of Riverside. So Riverside's going to get the ball right back.
There's no name. I don't know who the ball hit. I
think
care.
It was Blaine Moore.
Yeah, I don't really care. But the issue is, though, what you did is, you're turning to go on the long kick. You have to make sure that ball is
can't hit you
long. You have to make sure it's kicked long before you
got to make
back.
sure it's past you.
Yes, because basically we just did the opposite of what Riverside did.
Right.
They attacked the onside, and we went off.
It wasn't an onside kick.
It was not.
It was a top.
It was not.
It was a top and a line drive. But it worked out for Riverside.
Worked. I mean.
So back-to-back special team plays, Adam, have really turned this game around. Riverside with a 7-point lead, and they've got the ball back at midfield. Hand off to Perez. Perez going off left tackle. I think he's going to have a first down on first down.
He will. And look, if you're Summertown here, you've lost momentum. I know they're down a little bit. You allow a score here, you're in a world of hurt. You've got to get your head back right here and bear down.
I mean, it's took us 3 quarters to get 14 points.
Yes, you have got to get a stop here. You do not want to go down 2 scores. You've worked way too hard to get back into this thing.
Yeah, I don't know, Adam, if it's not something that you bring every edge rusher you've got and linebacker and just hope that you can defend one-on-one if they do try to throw it. Faking a handoff, going to hand it to Perez again. Why not? He's got plowed forward about 6-7 yards on first down, and it seems like that train is getting a little bit steadier and steadier.
Well, Riverside's found the rock that they've been needing to lean on. I think they've only thrown maybe 2 passes this half. One deep, one that was over the head of a receiver down here. They found out what's working, and not only that, but it also helps that clock bleed out.
Clock bleeding out, and I think they realize Summertown's banged up. They're hurt. They've got a lot of kids over here in street clothes.
Yep.
And the defense just not as stout as it was 3 weeks ago. Thrasher in motion. Going to hand it off to him on the reverse. Makes one man miss. Cuts it up. Good tackle by Pugh. Going to knock him out of bounds. But another positive run. It'll be another first down for Decatur County Riverside. That will take us to the 4th and final frame. We'll be back in a moment here on the Exports Network.
Welcome to the newly remodeled Brass Lantern. For over 30 years, we've been serving delicious food to excellent people. Brass Lantern takes pride in authenticity, serving fresh, homemade food to please any member of the family. From mouth-watering to one-of-a-kind steaks served with gourmet marinade, to salad with our signature honey mustard dressing, specialty fruit tea, drafts, and much more. Our food is always prepared daily. Whether you come in with friends or family, you'll appreciate that fresh is better.
Are you looking for a non-factory job environment? Livingstone Freight Solutions is a 3PL company that began managing warehouses in Tennessee, Alabama, and Mississippi. With our multiple shifts and experienced management team, our goal is to give you as an employee a safe family work environment and competitive wages. We offer a wide variety of employment opportunities from forklift drivers to management level positions. We also strive to offer a competitive benefit package and PTO options. For more information or to apply, visit us at livingstonefs.com or give us a call at 931-269-3255.
Bring your outdoor dreams to life at Loretto Nursery and Landscaping. This one-stop shop can help you get your project done from start to finish. Go see for yourself. They have a wide variety of plants, from tropicals to ferns and trees, plus hanging baskets. What they have to offer goes beyond what looks good. They also supply concrete, mulch, compost, and drainage culverts. Don't forget about their on-lot buildings and chicken coops. You think that's all? You can also stop by to fill up your propane tank. Loretto Nursery and Landscaping has you covered. Stop by 409 South Military Street.
Mac Brown has been providing photographic services for 55 years.
All right, Summertown in dire straits, Adam, as we begin the fourth quarter. After back-to-back turnovers, Summertown trails 7 as we start this fourth frame, and Riverside's got it, and they're driving. Going to hand it off to Perez. Working off right tackle. It's met by a host of Summertown defenders, but not until he gets 7 yards out of it, and they're just kind of running at will now, Adam.
Yeah, they're ripping off between 6 and 10 yards at a chunk. And
I said back-to-back turnovers. It wasn't back-to-back turnovers, back-to-back kickoffs.
Yep.
Summertown tries the onside kick. Riverside comes up with it and runs it for a touchdown. Then Riverside hits a line drive, hits a Summertown player, and Riverside falls on it. And that's what's got us 21-14 as we start the fourth quarter. Lawrence County goes down 7, I think. Lincoln County's up 18-10 on Mount Pleasant. Lewis County, excuse me. Thank you, Will. Pistol formation. Going to hand it to Perez again. Getting about 7 yards, 8 yards before he's touched, Adam.
Yeah, he was into the second tier before he made any contact that time.
You know what, Will, you are correct. If we lose this game, our playoff hopes aren't done. You can go to Adamsville next week and win and then cause a lot of chaos because you've got 3 teams all that have beat each other vying for that third and fourth spot. So somebody would be left out if Summertown happened to lose this one and win next week. But we'll worry about that when it comes. Summertown needing a stop. 1st and 10. Fakes the handoff, and then they're going to hand it off to Perez. Perez is going to plow forward, gain of about 5 on run number 1. A big shout out to former Lady Eagles standout, now UT Southern standout. Miss Hannah Lindsay's in the house tonight.
She missed me. She said she had to come home. She missed her dad so much playing. Ain't that right? And she's not agreeing.
Well, she gave me a big bear hug. She give you one when she come in here?
No. She basically comes home and holds her hand out and waits for me to put however much money she tells me I need to give her. That's pretty much what she does. And then she goes home.
Sounds like she's a good daughter. That's what all mine do. I have to tell you this. I've learned they don't ever get off the payroll, Adam.
You got that right.
Faking a handoff, quarterback keeper going around left edge. Good tackle there.
It was a great job there.
I think that was Dillard and Blaine. Let's see. I believe that was Dillard and Aiden Hill on that. We got a flag on it as well, so we'll see what the laundry's for. No, it's a flag. It's going to back up, so it's going to go on Riverside. Break for Summertown. It's going to be a hold, so I'd back it up 10 yards.
Well, I will say one thing, regardless, no matter what, Clint, our fan base has gotten a lot more vocal in the last 10 to 15 minutes. I will say that. It's a lot more action going on.
Yeah, not necessarily think they're yelling at the game, though. They're yelling more at the sideline.
Hey, we're not talking about where it's going toward. We're just talking about energy here.
Yeah, they did. Bam came live, too.
Yeah.
All right, so back it up. Make it 2nd and 15. Pressure going to go in motion. Going to hand it off to him. Going to cut it back up. He's going to get the penalty yard back, and he's going to go all the way into the end zone untouched. That was too easy, Adam. As Riverside's opened this up to a 2-score lead. Summertown in a world of hurt now for an offense that's very slow-paced and methodical. Adam, Summertown's going to have to open up the playbook.
Well, 9 minutes left. It's never over, Clint, but unless we really move the football here, that might be a backbreaker. And I know that's odd to say with 9 minutes left with only a 2-score game, but that's going to be an uphill battle.
All right, on for the PAT, Levi Morgan. He's perfect tonight. Maybe that'll jinx him. Snap's good, holds good, kick is up, and it's wide left. Still a 2-score game. Summertown trails 27-14. We'll be back in a moment here on the X Sports Network.
Right in the heart of the downtown square in Lawrenceburg stands a true local treasure. Holland's Drug Store, the oldest business on the square. Holland's is a name you have trusted since the 1960s. Expert pharmacists Richard and Brooke are proud to offer personalized care, including compounding, while providing you fast and friendly service. They accept most insurance plans, so you can get what you need without a hassle. And while you're here, don't forget to explore the gift shop filled with local novelties, willow tree, seasonal home decor, and so much more. Holland's Drug Store. Local and lasting.
Hey folks, you'll never guess where I'm at today. That's right, I'm at my Quick Mart store. Starting off with a fresh cup of coffee, and guess what's next? The biscuit. That was quick and easy, and I'm ready to start my day. Head on over to your favorite Quick Mart store and start your day.
All right, back at it. Summertown needing to make something happen. They trail 27-14, 9:22 to go. Another risky kickoff, Adam, as the last two have been very dicey and very bad for Summertown. You said off air, maybe Riverside will onside kick to us and we can run it back.
Well, it would be big. If you need a big special teams play here to help with your field position if you can. We need something to kind of energize us right here.
Another line drive. Hoffman's going to field that one. Hoffman's going to get good return out of it, get it down to around the 45. So Summertown starting good field position.
Well, Clint, you don't necessarily have to go into a hurry-up, all-pass type of mode here, but you need to try to get a score quickly and try to keep those 3 timeouts and get a stop and hopefully try to get a football back with a chance in a 1-score game. If you're Summertown, that's probably your best-case scenario. But maybe they can get a quick hitter here and maybe break something.
All right, you've got Schaefer in the running back position, Dillard under center. Pugh in motion. Back to throws, Max. Quick slant across the middle. Complete. Great job, great hands there by Axel Heatherly, freshman, getting in on the action. I tell you what, he got hit, he bobbled it, and he secured it and came down, balls at around the 32-yard line.
He did a great job with his body there, positioning his body to keep that defender away from the football. That's a great play by that young man. That's big right there. Maybe that'll give him some energy and kind of.
It's a great job by Max too. He was the only. Heatherly was the only one that could catch it.
Yep.
Pitch out. Pugh running off right edge. He's got a couple of blockers. Cuts it back up the middle. Going to have a first down. Gets inside the 15-yard line. A couple of Riverside players slow to get up.
And if you're Summertown here, you want to keep the pressure on, but you don't want to rush and make a mistake here. You're in scoring. You need a touchdown. You're in that position. You got all your timeouts. Just secure the football here and try to get a score.
All right. You got 2 receivers flinging out to the left. Schaefer in the running back position. You've got Powell and Slot in motion. Going to hand it forward to Schaefer. Not much there, but positive yards.
It might have gotten to around the 10.
Summertown State golfer Mr. Hayden Lindsay in the house tonight. How you doing, Hayden? Congratulations on that run. How'd you like that Sevierville golf course? I don't. I've got a bunch of Pro Vs laying around that golf course. First and 10. Ball's on the 14. Summertown can get a first down without scoring a touchdown.
Not much
Going to
there.
hand it off to Schaefer again, and nothing. Might have been a loss, Adam.
Yeah, if he got back to the line of scrimmage, Clint, he was lucky. So after those big chunk plays, Clint, things have kind of slowed back down a little bit.
Well, it's almost like we get down here and run out of the room.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Riverside is definitely this ball game has defended us better in the red zone than they have the rest of the field. So 3rd and 7. The bunch formation. Dillard back to throw, rolling to his right, gets sacked. They're going to say he goes down. Max thought he rolled the defender, and big-time loss there. You can't take a sack. And that's going to make it 4th and long.
Yeah, Clint, that's worst-case scenario here. After such 2 great plays to get you down there after a really solid return on the kick, Summertown's went backwards.
4th and 15, I would look for Riverside to play very preventable here. You got Powell out to the left. I think Coach Stan Winfrey is going to talk about this because this is your ball game, Adam.
This is your ball game.
So we'll take a timeout with them here on the Exports Network.
Looking to buy or sell in Lawrence County, Tennessee? At Corbin & Company Realty, we know this place because we live here too. We are locally owned and deeply rooted. We treat you like a neighbor because you are one. Whether you're looking to secure your first home or forever home, trust the team that does local best. Check out our listings like this serene property with a stunning updated interior. This is just one of the many hidden gems we discover for you. Call Corbin & Company Realty today at 931-964-2222.
All right. Big time play here. This could put you out of Summertown. Now we've got a stoppage, and I think they said before we got the snap off, Riverside wants to talk about it as well. So we'll take that one with them, run some more ads here on the Exports Network.
Top quality equipment rentals at the right price. It's not too good to be true at Rent Right Equipment and Sales. We guarantee clean, reliable products that are up to your standards. Our family-owned business has been doing that for more than 40 years. Let our friendly and knowledgeable staff take care of you from purchase to maintenance. Saws, drills, lifts, mowers, generators, you name it, we've got it. Stop by and see our inventory today, located on Buffalo Road in Lawrenceburg.
Make your lawn a legacy. At Legacy Lawn and Landscapes, we put more than 16 years of experience into your goals. We won't meet your expectations, we'll exceed them. We offer consultation, installation, maintenance, hardscapes, construction, and land clearing services. Owner John and Jamie Brew.
All right, back at it. We'll try it again. See if Summertown wanted to change up what they were looking at. I think they have because Powell was on the left side. Now he's on the right.
Yeah, they had 3 wide on one side now, Clint. Now they got 4, 2 on each, so they have changed up a little bit.
Back to throw. Max being pressured. Trying to stay alive. Just going to have to chunk it if you're Max, and he's going to go down. Max goes down around the 30. We'll turn it over on downs. So Summertown's going to have to get a stop with 6:04 to go and then takes something miraculous. I tell you that whole left edge, they just blew up that left edge at him, and Max had nothing to do but run for his life.
Well, what you would have liked to see, and I know Max probably didn't have a lot of options there and may not have been much open. You would at least like to see a ball thrown.
Yeah, just throw it as high as you
into
can.
the end zone and give somebody a chance.
Yeah.
And that's easy for us to sit back here and say he was running for his life, and who knows if he breaks that last tackle and fires a bullet in the end zone. It's great, but hey, you got to give Riverside credit, man. They've been after Summertown's offense on and off this entire game.
All right, probably expect more of the same. Hand it off to Perez. Punching it up the gut. He's going to get about 4 out of it. Mind everybody, tune in next week. We'll be live from Adamsville, Tennessee for the season finale. Summertown, no matter what happens here, we will have a chance to still make it to the playoffs if we can go over there and get a win at Adamsville. So we'll be on the call with that one next week. That will be on a Thursday night. Remind everybody, not Friday night. It'll be Thursday night. Duck puts his man in motion. That's Brasher. Going to hand it off to him. He had the touchdown run on the last possession off that same play. He's going to get, I think they're going to give him forward progress down to the 40. Clock will be under 5 minutes by the time they snap this next play.
There's still a slight glimmer of hope, Glenn, but you've got to get a stop here.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts here.
Well, I mean, you kind of have to point at them, too. I think you just have to gamble and just assume they're not going to throw this football.
No.
Thrasher in motion again. Oh, let me take that back. throw the quick slant out, but it was a safe throw.
It was.
And the quick slant out to Jack Couples. It'll pick up the first down, keep the chains moving.
Well, they needed 3. We gave them a little bit of cushion, Clint. They took advantage of it. That's just a simple out.
And to a receiver who's piled up some pretty good yards tonight.
Yeah. That's a gutsy call. I would have never called. Like I said, you can count on the number of football games I've ever, but that's a gutsy call, and you've got to have some faith in your receiver and your quarterback.
Well, clearly I'd have never called it because I said they weren't going to throw it.
But, yeah, that hurts badly right there.
Approaching the 4-minute mark. Perez in the shotgun. Brasher going to go in motion again. Going to hand it to him. Trying to cut it back up, makes one man miss, going to have another first down on first down. Yeah, maybe you're going to mark him just a little shy. Now we got a flag coming in late. And that will stop the clock. So if you got an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, you got to be kicking yourself for your Riverside. Personal foul. Oh, that'll be on Summertown. Let's see Will's replay. I know Max was coming out of that pile late. Let's see what we got here. It's Schaefer. Yeah, Will's doing what he's supposed to do.
There it is. Schaefer, hands to the face of number 73 after the play, showing a little bit of frustration, it looks like.
Yep.
Yep.
So the clock will run again. 3:45 and ticking. Summertown does have 2 timeouts left. But I think at this point, Adam, you're going to have a strip sack or a interception or something. Thrasher in motion again. Fake it to him, going to hand it to Perez. Puts his foot in the ground, stops his motion. Rigsby's going to come in there and get drag him down.
We have
now we've got a flag coming in late as well. And I don't know that could be anything but unsportsmanlike, to be honest with you, Adam, because I didn't see anybody touching anybody down the field.
And it was thrown behind Summertown's defense.
Another personal foul on Summertown. Another 15-yarder. Summertown just showing a lot of emotion and frustration right now. Let's see, it's in. Let's see, that's Peyton Powell that came running in there, but I don't know. I can't say who that one was on.
Yeah, I couldn't either, Clint. train kind of, right now, Clint, train's kind of
gone off rails.
Going off the tracks.
All right, Perez standing right beside Duck in the backfield. Brasher in motion again, going to hand it to Perez. He's got a big hole, cuts it back inside. It's going to be inside the 5-yard line. I think that was a first down. They picked up a first down, so they'll make it 1st and goal.
And you've got to give Riverside credit, Clint. They've cut those penalties we talked about in the first half. They've been virtually non-existent besides 1 or 2 minor.
Well, and here's
on.
Riverside rich in tradition in football,
yep.
And I think they're fixing to be right back there. You got Cody Brasher, he's a senior. And you've got Jack Couples, he's just a junior. Out of all these playmakers I'm calling, I've only caught one of them's a senior.
Yeah, this is a young, talented group.
Your quarterback is a freshman. Your running back, and Perez, he's a sophomore who just scored another touchdown. So things getting out of hand here. Summertown looks to lose this one, as that'll make it 33-14. The extra point upcoming with 2:14 to go here in the contest. I think we got a new kicker coming in here to try this one. Cole Yarborough.
Yep.
Kicks up. Kicks through. Yeah, that was. No, that wasn't. Yeah, it was Cole Yarborough.
Yep.
He's going to bury that one through, make it 34-14, 20-point lead here for Riverside. We'll be back in a minute here on the X Sports Network.
At Murray Regional Health, you'll find the expertise and technology available in larger cities, paired with the personalized and compassionate care you deserve. As the largest health system between Nashville and Huntsville, we have a medical staff of more than 200 physicians across an array of specialties, ranging from primary care to robotic surgery. They lead skilled teams of nurses and other clinical experts that diagnose and treat conditions with advanced technology. Murray Regional Health, where clinical excellence meets compassionate care.
When it's time to build a home, remodel, or add on, Hamby Builders is this area's experienced construction company. From site selections to floors, doors, windows, trim, tile, bathrooms, and kitchen, the Hamby Builders team can make your home the home of your dreams. Hamby Builders is licensed and insured with over 20 years of experience in homes in Giles, Lawrence, Wayne, and Murray counties. Trust your home construction or light commercial project to the team with experience.
All right, back at it here on the X Sports Network. This one's all but over here as Riverside has came out, and Adam, they've just shown out here in this second half. Got the breaks, have cut down on the penalties, and really executed their offense. They lead at 34-14, 2:14 to go. Kickoff's up and away. Hoffman's going to get under it. Hoffman's going to try to return it. He's going to be tripped up. Goes down around the 35. That's where Summertown will take over. Update, Lincoln County and Lawrence County are tied at 21. And looks like Lewis County is, let's see, they lead at 21-10 on Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant is trying to drive here. So
5 minutes left in that one.
Yeah, I'd say if Mount Pleasant doesn't get in on this possession, that's ball game there. Because it's 3rd and 5 and only 4 minutes to go, and you're down 2 scores. All right. Dillard, back to throw. Rolling to his right, looking, quick slant out. Pugh's got it. Complete pass. Stays on his feet. Get across midfield, down to around the 45 of Riverside. Powell goes down, which is not what we want to see.
Powell took a hit. A block, which looked to be from the backside after that play.
Listen,
you'll see it right here. Right there.
Listen, boys, I'm just going to say it. I'm about at the point where we take everybody that's going to be possibly playing next week out, put a whole new 11 in, and kneel it.
I agree, Clint. This one's in the books, and you've got your biggest game of the year next week.
Yeah, this one was. Now next week is.
Yep.
Back to throw. Quick slant out. It's complete. I believe that's Devin Davis. Reception's good. Clock will run as Davis stayed in bounds.
Make it 2nd down and 8. Powell on the bench. I'd say his night's done. He looks like he's hurting. Maybe another one we can add to the to the list for next week. Lawrence County just scores to make it to go up 27-21. They've got a good one going on at Lawrence County High School. Schaefer running left edge. He's going to have the 1st down. Going to stay on his feet, cut it back inside, then go out of bounds. So 1st down for Summertown, trying to make something happen here with 1:20 to go here in the contest. See you, Hannah Lindsay.
Schaefer had an acreage to run that time, Glenn. There was not much on that edge at all.
Look at Schaefer coming off holding that right arm.
Yeah. He did get out of bounds, which did stop the clock at 1:20.
So our public address I'm going to make here is, folks, if you're listening, watching, you got some big old corn-fed boys that goes to school at Summertown High School and they're not playing football, get them to playing football because we need some depth. Good catch, good throw there. Dillard to Hoffman, going to take it inside the 10-yard line. 1:10 to go here in the contest. Summertown just trying to end on a positive note. Tell you what, they've shown they can throw the football at them.
Yeah, they have. I mean, there's positives to pull from tonight, but it's just been an uphill battle the second half.
Dillard back to throw again. Swings it out. Oh, goes through Davis's hands. Would have been a touchdown. He can't hold on to it. That'll stop the clock. 42 seconds to go. Well, it was stopped at 42, and then they just ran one off. I'd say Mount Pleasant will probably have to go for 2, so they will be down a field goal possibly. But first things first, Dillard under center. Pugh going to go in motion, going to hand it off to Hoffman on the end around. Hoffman cutting it back up. It's going to be stopped short of the goal line. I think he's going to be down at around the 3. This may be your last play of the contest here. 18 seconds. Dillard under center. Dillard going to keep it. Max cutting it back up. He's going to get in the end zone with 11 seconds to go. Make it 34-20. The extra point upcoming.
It does make it look a little better on the scoreboard.
Well, it signs of life too. You know, you just find you something to carry over to take on the other side of Savannah with you next week. Summertown going to go for 2. Pitching it out, Hoffman. Hoffman going to get in the end zone. Make it 34-22. So now you need an onside kick and recovered. You need a score in less than 11 seconds, another onside kick and a score. That's off.
You keep making those type of statements, you're going to make me and Will's head start smoking and trying to figure out if that was right.
Look, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's pretty going to be hard to do.
I'm going to tell you, Clint, and you've got to credit Riverside. They played a great second half tonight, but that returned onside kick and then
you watched the
Tennessee
Tennessee-Alabama game, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It was exactly just the 14-point swing at the end of the first half. That's what happened on those 2 kickoffs.
That's exactly right. And it's just like Summertown never really recovered after that. And hey, like I said, give Riverside credit. They cleaned up their penalties. They ran the ball.
They simplified their offense.
Yes. As much as if you're a Summertown fan, you're definitely not happy with the performance tonight, but you've got to kind of praise this Riverside group too, man, because they've got some talent.
I wouldn't kick it to Cole or Case Yarborough on this onside kick. All right, I think we're getting ready to send this one away. All right, Hoffman directing his squad, ready for the kickoff. Let's see if Summertown wants to stay at it and try the onside or concede it, and they will. Line driver heading down. Going to be is it a touchback or did he just down it at the 1?
We're going to see.
That should be at the 1, correct? Looks like they're
from where we're at, Clint. I couldn't tell.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. Yeah, I just wasn't sure if that ball trickled into the end zone or not, Clint. If it would have been a touchback.
Need to keep that in the bag. That's a pretty good kickoff there.
It was. Well, you're also in a situation now where I don't know if Riverside can actually just take a knee. They're probably going to have to do something.
Safety's not the worst thing you can do.
No, it's
not. If
not.
you're Riverside. The worst thing you can do is turn it over and let Summertown recover it in the end zone.
Yeah.
All right. Quarterback's going to keep that one, going to plow forward, going to get well ahead of the 5-yard line, and that's going to wind us up. Summertown loses one here on the last home game of the year on senior night. They lose this one by 12, 34-22. I do want to give a big shout out my Fields and Brown Barbershop players of the game. I can give it to Max Dillard. I can give it to Michaela Powell, but I'm going to give it to Andrew Tupper, Grady Rigsby, Devin Davis, Bradley Hoffman, Kanan Cleanhard, Aiden Hill, Lucas Benefield, Isaiah Brannon, and Blaine Moore. Those are our seniors. They played their final football game here at Summertown High School. They got to play 3 years on the old field. They got to be the first inaugural bunch to play on this brand new field. And what a career that group has had. They were on the turnaround team last year that went 8-2, hosted a playoff game, and have just fought through tremendous injuries and adversity this year, Adam. So what a group of seniors.
Yeah, it's been a joy watching them. Those kids have given a ton of their time to this school. That will never be forgotten. But, yeah, proud of all those kids.
Yeah, Summertown, you can blame the injuries all you want and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, you've got to credit Decatur County Riverside. This is a team that looks as though they have gotten better and better as the year went on with a young squad, and they came out in this second half and took over this football game.
Well, and you're right. This team, this is a young team like we talked about all, and they're going to get better, and they've shown that tonight. But look, if you're Summertown, you really shot yourself. You really hurt yourself tonight. You had a 2-loss team coming in, and they're going to end up with 3 losses on the year probably. I was looking at their schedule. They're at Lewis County next week where they're going to finish. So this is going to be, this was your chance to lock in some sort of a playoff spot. I'm not saying that still can't happen, Clint, but I will tell you, I'm not going to, fill your head full of fluffiness and sunshine. Okay, you're fixing to head to Adamsville the night before Halloween against a team a very talented team that actually had Lewis County dead to rights, up by 17 points until that miraculous comeback. That same Lewis County team that put a pretty bad whooping on Summertown a few weeks ago by I think 40+ points.
And so we don't know what Adamsville still got healthy, but we know what we don't have healthy.
Yes, that's correct. I'm not saying it's not possible, Clint. I'm not a betting man, but if somebody forced me to place one, it's going to be a tough uphill battle next week for Summertown. All
right, we'll have that call. It'll be a Thursday night, the day before Halloween. It'll be Thursday night. We'll have that call for you live from Adamsville. Summertown's got to win that one or the season is over. For Will Pettis, for Adam Lindsay, this is Clint Brazier saying